Hello, you sexy motherfuckers. It's nooner time. It's hump day. Everybody's thinking about sex, and we're going to review All's Fair. At least one episode, the one episode I watched. Because it might be the most unintentionally hilarious, and we say this a lot, but it's because there's a lot of shit out there. But this one, whole new level. I recommend everybody watch it. Everybody needs to see this.
You need to watch it. Ironically, this is like that last season, and just like that, the Sex and the City. It's in that vein. It's women written by gay men and how gay men think older women act.
Yeah,
which is completely unrealistic.
Chris is like on. You might as well just be off camera because it looks like you're in a Japanese movie right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
You look like what I see in the morning without my glasses.
Yeah.
This is me. This is me without makeup.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we got to talk about that. WitchER is indeed a flop. It's a huge downgrade. Well, on many reasons. So we'll discuss that. I did a review. God, I just had something in my head and it just flew out. X-Ray Girl. Just maybe I'll think of it later. And it was important, but whatever. We're also going to discuss Predator Badlands. Chris has seen it, so he'll give just like an overall spoiler-free kind of thing. I have not seen it. I'm going to see it tonight. Yeah. And also Hollywood. It's starting to really come to terms. Like the industry is really, and Chris, you can offer more insight on this, but everybody's like getting scared now, like legit scared. Like this is it.
Yeah,
it is done. It ain't coming back from this. Everything is down across the board 30%, and it's going to be worse, especially after this quarter. It's pretty catastrophic, and it's not like a bunch of people weren't trying to warn them not to go down this road, but they did. They did. Yes, the Redditor Badlands. We'll find out. Man, there's lots of love being shown to this, but a lot of love was being shown to Prey, which I did not like in the least bit at all. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. Sorry, I just switched to an avatar here.
That's
We're
good.
talking Japan earlier, but yeah, I've seen Badlands, Predator Badlands. It's very Disney. I'll say that. It's very Disney. Very PG-13. Push the limits of that. It's bloodless violence by design, because everything that's killed is either some CGI creature or Wayland Yutani robot. So it's bloodless, so it's fine. But I can't say that there's some action sequences that are actually pretty decent, but it gets very Disney with a cute companion. By the end, it almost ends like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, look at our ragtag group that are very different. And the Predator talking about his feelings in subtitles, I kind of looked around. Does everyone else think this is dumb like I do? But the audience I saw with in Burbank applauded at the end. And I was like, I think certain people will like this. I think certain people will enjoy it, but I don't think it's going to underperform. It'll be a bomb on the level of Tron Ares.
You think so? There's a lot of I have no idea how it's going to do in the box office, and let's just be real. And you've mentioned this too, Chris. Like Burbank is home field. They're going to applaud it. Everything.
Yeah, they're going to applaud it. It'll be packed there. But even Alan pointed out, it's the third best Disney movie this year under Freaky Friday.
That's not a compliment.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Alan said.
I know.
Like, oh yeah. It makes sense though when you think about it. But it's a Disney-fied Predator movie.
He liked it better than Fantastic Four, though.
Correct.
He did. Okay.
So, but these are not like high bars to,
No.
they're not high bars. So yeah, but they're just some things that are so dumb. This actually would be fine if it wasn't called Predator. If it was called Alien Hunter and it was just generic, fine. Generic space thing, fine. And there's some really clever action sequence ideas, but in the end, it's not a Predator movie. It really. So, and it really sets up a new franchise with this character.
Well, and it's in the Alien universe too, so they're definitely going to head towards because that's a Weyland-Yutani synth, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So they're setting up Alien versus Predator, and Predators are going to be the good guys, which I've always hated. So yeah, it sounds like to me, hardcore Predator fans probably going to not like it.
Correct.
Because I saw Shad's review. Well, I saw his thought. I didn't go over his whole review because I got to do mine, but I saw his overall thoughts that he liked it, and then I saw Robot Head say he hated it. So we'll find out.
Right. It's there are some things to admire about it. Trachtenberg did really go all out in certain respects, and there are clever ideas. Here's the weakest part of the movie. Elle Fanning as this character is insufferable.
Big surprise there.
She's a Gen Z femme that is just, oh my God, her lines and the way she treats him, like, oh my God, like it's awful. And she plays, oh shit, this might be a spoiler. Maybe I shouldn't say it.
She plays a Weyland-Yutani synth.
Yeah, but not just, there's more to it than that.
Oh, is it? Hopefully it's not connect. And like, this is right off the heels of Alien Earth, dude. Which is, wow.
I honestly, I like this way more than Alien Earth.
Alien Earth is one of the worst shows I saw this year in a sea of bad shows. It is right down there with Ironheart.
Yeah,
and WitchER.
Yeah.
It is like really bad.
But the way her character, I like Elle Fanning as an actress too.
Yeah,
I've seen her in other things. I really like her. She is, the way her character acts in this is just insufferable. So,
ringing endorsement from Chris Gore of Film Threat, who will discuss it more later today on his Film Threat podcast with the mighty and evil Ing.
Well, Ing can't make it today.
Oh, why not? I set them all up. God damn it. Who's going to be on with you?
Badger will be on.
Oh, Badger's good.
Andrew Badger. And then
Badger's
Alan is doing Critical Drinker tomorrow.
Oh, he can't make your show, but he can make Drinker tomorrow, huh?
Dang.
That's what I said. What are you doing, Drinker? So, anyways, we'll be on Drinker tomorrow.
It's all right. We'll just bring Badger back on FNT. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Now, who do we got on FNT this weekend?
Little Platoon.
And is Jeremy going to make it?
TBD.
All right. We'll find out. We got a Little Platoon, and we're going to, the thing that only Ryan and I are going to talk about, we might let the entire host go to the bathroom and get some coffee and stuff, is the Harry Potter audiobook released yesterday. Ryan's damn near done. How
long is it?
It's 8 hours. So I'm like
short.
Well, it's unabridged because the first book is short. So once I got over that, it is not an audio drama. It is an audio book where the dialogue is voiced by actors, which is a huge difference, massive difference. Because an audio drama is theater of the mind. You have a little narrator, but not much. They set up scenes and they let sound effects and dialogue describe the scene for you in your head. This one is straight up. There's a narrator narrating every bit because it's an audio book. So narrator, not as good as Stephen Fry or Jim Dale. No narrator would be. But the voices are fantastic. Hagrid, dude. Hagrid is so good. So I think it's great. So Ryan and I will probably talk about it for a half an hour because I'm really digging it right now.
Before Dune came out, I actually bought the most recent Audible version of Dune.
Yes.
And they did hire actors like
they did the same thing.
Yeah. The Baron, and they did the same thing, and it's great. It's really, acting is just really good.
I wish they would have done, if you want my wish, Sandman did a full audio drama along with the show. Do you guys remember there's a Sandman show on Netflix that has now been canceled? Well, the audio drama is like 1,000 times better. Like 1,000 times better than the actual show. But they did a drama. They did a straight up drama. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, you're happy. You're very happy today. They got some good voices. Michelle Gomez is Mrs. McGonagall, and she played Missy in Doctor Who. You guys know. And Dr. House is Dumbledore. Hugh Laurie. He's great. But as far as the Predator is concerned, I don't know. I trust your opinion, Chris. I'm taking my kid and his friend today, so hopefully we can have some fun watching it a little bit. But like, it is such a grim year, and I'm in a way very happy that some people are coming to terms with the fact of why things are grim. Throughout my years of videos, years and years, and I'm not the only one, but throughout my years of videos, I always started out with, particularly during the strike and COVID, there was a bunch of what I called navel gazing articles from the Access Media going, we really have a problem here. We need to deal. And then they list the problems, Chris, and they just miss one every time.
Right.
They would miss one every fucking time. And it is pissing off half the audience. They wouldn't touch it. They denied it happened. Up until very recently, they didn't think it was a thing. And now we have Jennifer Lawrence coming out, of all people, and admitting it's a thing. If you want to find that article, X-Ray Girl.
It's bizarre that people can't. There really needs to be a I don't think this will happen, but a come to Jesus moment, at least, or a come to the truth moment about why Hollywood is failing. And you said it, they chose a side, and they despise the audience. And the audience is never, when they say the customer is always right. If you order pizza, and you order from a pizza place that delivers bad pizza, you stop ordering the pizza. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You're not delivering a product that gets people butts in seats. And they will only come out for event films that, like an Avatar, right? Okay, I think that's going to do very well. But my God, like, just every franchise has been infiltrated. And a lot of it is, I don't know if you saw that thing about the great feminization of everything, where women kind of insert themselves, and then when that happens, men tend to what they do is they just exit that field. They just go, well, if I'm not welcome here, I'll go do something else. And it's when you get, it's not like single women, right, in certain areas. It's when you get a group of women, a flock, if you will,
a murder.
A murder of women. Like, just when it's so many women in an organization, that organization becomes feminized. And it's the thing, like, I'm kind of bad about this too, because like when it comes to work stuff, I'm really goal oriented and focused on getting the work done in the quickest amount of time. I don't like to work overtime or longer than I have to. I like to focus, get the work done, and then I can have fun. I can be fun to hang out with. But at work, I'm kind of not, because I like to get shit done. And I don't really, what that means is also, I don't care about people's feelings, as I know it just doesn't matter. Getting the job done matters. That's priority. So your feelings, set that aside. Job, get it done.
That's
whatever
why,
it is.
That's why in the beautician field in salons, you're making women beautiful, and it's a bunch of gay men doing it. And you want to know why? Because those gay men are task oriented, right? And that's how my wife succeeded, because she was very unwomanlike and didn't give a fuck about people's feelings and was task oriented and needed to get the job done. And that's part of it. It's too many emotions coming into a workplace where, fucked up things are going to happen, bad decisions are going to be made, and we can't cry over it for an hour. We got to still get the job done, no matter what.
Right.
And I saw that at Tesla when Tesla had this program of we want to bring in female mechanics, and I'm going to air quote that, because a mechanic at Tesla is largely just changing a battery and diagnosing a problem with a fucking what looks like an iPad, but it's not. But changing a battery is a 1,200 pound, a huge fucking battery. I'm not even getting the weight right. It's the length of the car. I have to go get it. I had to go get it with the forklift, and changing tires. But they were bringing women in, and then we started getting women problems. And they brought me into the parts department specifically because because of my automotive background. And they're like, we went a little too tech heavy with our approach as far as service centers are concerned. Right. So we're now trying to recruit people who are journeymen in certain areas within the auto industry to make it more like a real auto service center instead of a tech hub. Do you have your car plugged in? And they were really fucking horrible at customer service. And when we saw the female techs, which is great, they need to be there, but they also need to work in that environment. And it's I got called in the office more in this place than I ever did, because the women would complain about my tone of voice towards them. Not a single dude ever complained about. But the 3 women who worked there complained about my tone of voice. Now, they were credit to Tesla. They kind of told them to fucking suck it up. But I'd still they're like, could you try to soften? I'm like, I wasn't even being a dick. I could be a dick.
Right.
Dude, me and mechanic, I would fuck something up, fuck a mechanic's day up. He's screaming at me. Right. And he should.
Right.
But I'm not going to take it. Right. So I'm going to scream back at him, even if I'm totally in the wrong, because that's what dudes do.
Yeah, that whole tone of voice thing. Only women make that complaint.
Yeah, tone of voice. And I'm like, what is it?
Tone of voice.
You came up when I was in the middle of a fucking really important job, and you whined about something you could have fucking dealt with yourself. And I'm like, and I just said, go figure it out. That's so insensitive. It's fuck off. Yes, it is. I don't care.
It's not always not all women are like that.
But it was
one of the best women I ever worked with was exactly. Just most was when I was in the corporate world working for LFP, Larry Flint Publications. A woman who was the VP, head of production, was cold. I learned a lot from her, and she gave no fucks. And I liked working with her.
She probably was great. Yeah, she was probably got her fucking job done.
Yeah, that was her job, to save the company money and keep everything moving, and she didn't care. And I like that about her. So
there's absolutely some that can hang 100%, and that was great, and it was no problem ever. But it was bringing in people who just weren't prepared, and it's the environment now. The corporate environment allows this to go on. When it was privately owned auto dealerships, Chris, it was get the fucking job done and make money. Make money. Yeah. That's all that counts. Don't piss off the customer. Whatever goes on behind the scenes, but don't piss off the customer. That's it. And that's how we did it. And I never got in trouble until I got to Tesla. And I'm getting pulled off. I'm like, what the hell? You guys recruited me to do a job, and you're pulling me in the office now? So that's why I didn't feel really bad when I gave them 0 notice and quit. And here's some unsolicited dad advice. Don't give them 2 weeks notice. Fuck that bullshit. It took me a long time to realize, Chris, I'm like, they don't give us 2 week notice to fire us. Now, I never got fired, but Why in the hell would I? They're not going to say. They're not going to say anything if they get called for reference, which they rarely do these days. So yeah, I just went, bye. See ya. I'm going to go do YouTube like a moron. Give up.
Oh my God.
Give up some of the best benefits I've ever had. Yeah. So Hollywood is filled with this. And once HR, like Hollywood behind the scenes, Chris, as you know, was not a nice place. It was filled with James Camerons. And I'm not just talking about, like, Harvey Weinstein was a perv. All right. He was a perv.
Right.
But we have to admit, women were harder when he was running stuff. Just do. And those are facts. You might not like those facts, but those are facts. But he was a perv. But he was also, his power was also waning and he became vulnerable. And the whole Me Too movement was a power play. It had nothing to do with justice for women or stopping sexual harassment or sexual deviant behavior in Hollywood. Because if it was, Chris, it wouldn't have stopped with women. It would have gone to men and then have gone to children. And it's strange that once it started getting to men, Chris, it stopped. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Don't you find that?
Well, I feel like if they ever did a gay male Me Too, Hollywood would collapse.
And then if we got the children, half of them would go to jail.
Right. There's that too. Oh my God. Ugh.
So it was just a big old fucking power play, right? The best example I got to get is, do you remember who the Warner Brothers studio head was before? Oh God. It was Kevin, I think. Hang on, I'm going to go.
All right.
Studio head removed for Me Too. It was, oh God, I didn't, not Toby Emmerich. Not Toby Emmerich. It was he was Japanese, and it was before, was it Walter Hamada? It was before him. Yes. So it is, his name was Kevin Tushijara. So he was the head of Warner Brothers Studios. He was removed for Me Too for the crime, Chris, of sleeping with an actress.
But that's like a Tuesday in Hollywood.
I know. He was probably married. She was probably married, whatever. I can't remember the details. But I do remember that. Yes, here it is. Allegations that he promised acting roles and auditions to an actress, Charlotte Kirk, with whom he was allegedly having a sexual relationship. So a producer was screwing an actress, consensual, by the way, and then maybe promising, hey, baby, I'll get you a role. Again, it was a Tuesday. They got rid of him for that. But you know who was behind getting rid of him, Chris?
Who?
Mrs. Jar Jar Abrams, who was part of the Me Too committee. Like there was an actual committee, business, whatever. She was on the board of Me Too, basically. And it was while Jar Jar Abrams was negotiating his contract with Warner Brothers. You know, the $250 million one that he has yet to give them a single fucking thing for? And she forced him out. She said, Jar Jar will not sign until he's gone. Power play. This was at the time Jar Jar was under the impression he was going to be the next Spielberg. He had already gone to Star Trek and Star Wars, and he had his eyes on DC. He did. Now, unfortunately for him, his worst mistake, Chris, going to direct The Rise of Skywalker. That did him in. That absolutely did him in. Because then everybody, both sides turned on him, like the fans of The Last Jedi and the fans who weren't, and then people like yours truly, who were constantly making videos about Mystery Box and how this guy isn't really talented at all. He's just a fucking charlatan. And everybody saw it with The Rise of Skywalker. Everybody fucking saw it. And he went into director jail. Has he directed anything since, Chris?
No. It's kind of shocking. Like it's I think part of it is self-imposed because I've actually spoken to people who are in his orbit, and they say that he's kind of shell-shocked that he realizes now what he did to Star Wars, and he feels awful about it. This is what I've heard.
Oh, well, okay. So you know
He
how you
actually
fix
is
that problem?
shell-shocked.
Okay. Let's be. He's a human, right? And his wife might have like gone off the reservation to push all this bullshit. By the way, the Me Too organization was fucking evil. They are evil.
Yes.
Yes, women got fucked over. So did some men, but women got fucked over by some pieces of shit in Hollywood. Again, that's a day and Tuesday. That shouldn't happen, but it does. It's called life. It's business. But their reaction to it was to be opportunistic. So what does it do? It now makes everybody hate Me Too. And now any woman who does get sexually assaulted, you see how it does? It's like the false claims of sexual assault hurt any real victim of sexual assault as much as the sexual assaulter. As much. Because then more people won't believe. And Hollywood had their one opportunity to do something right. And of course, they did something opportunistic that will benefit people who are already rich and already powerful. So fuck them. You know, we had a couple super chatter, like, remind me, we were going over the Matt Walsh thing, and they said, hey, he didn't go over Me Too. And like, Matt should have. That is a huge factor. We have, but like, it is a huge factor on why Hollywood is the way it is right now, and why woke Hollywood is there, and why the overreaction to intersectional feminism and all this crap we see, like in The Witcher, is all from fucking Me Too.
Yeah.
It all comes from it. So Jar Jar Abrams can solve that problem pretty easily, Chris. If he comes out and says, man, I'm sorry, I fucked up with Star Wars, it would go a long way. We're forgiving people. We are. You know, and if he came out and said, like, I really went about this wrong, I apologize to the fans, that'd go a long way in helping his career. And also he would be authentic, which people really love to see. You know, like Jennifer. Go on.
You would think it's you know what this year is? This year is the 10-year anniversary of The Force Awakens.
Yes, it is,
which
sir.
was generally well received by everyone. We would think he'd maybe do an interview, or they do a re-release in theaters. Nothing.
No.
0.0. Nothing about Force Awakens. They're not celebrating it. That's a little weird.
Well,
so
yeah, the writing is on the wall for this one, brother. And you know who is going to celebrate the 10th anniversary, Chris? Me, because I never did a full review, like a edited video review edited by Quarterback Eric or Perry, whoever's going to pick it up, of The Force Awakens. But I will be on its 10th anniversary.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's a smart idea, because think about this. It's with all the shit coming out, like the topics for videos, although I put in the private chat an article you should read at some point, probably not today, but you could do a whole video on that article. Anyways, you can do retro reviews of movies you missed.
Well, that's we did talk about that, Chris. So
you got to do it.
Ghostbusters 2016, I've never watched it all the way through. So
I saw it in a theater with like 10 people on opening night at the ArcLight. There were 10 other people in the theater at like a 7 p.m. show. I'm like, I'm going to see it. I've heard things on the internet. I'll judge. The trailers don't look good, but I'm always open-minded.
Hey, it made more money than the other Ghostbuster movies.
Right.
But I watched the first 15 minutes and dipped out, and this was back when it came out. And I said, I'm not reviewing this thing. So on its 10-year anniversary, which is next year, which, I mean, it's kind of goes hand in hand. The Force Awakens was fool's gold, whatever. But it was Ghostbusters 2016, which really perfected the art of fan-blaming marketing. Let's not forget that. Like, they were the woke shot heard around the world. That's when the director started calling out people, the sexist fans. You remember, Chris?
Yeah. But that's why you've got to stick with classic storytelling, that is timeless. Why are all these movies like Back to the Future, like they're re-releasing so many classic movies to theaters? What does that tell me? Something is wrong with modern Hollywood when your older movies are making more money. I mean, when I was a kid, the only films I remember that were classic they'd re-released to theaters were things like Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind, Lawrence of Arabia. I saw those movies. Those were older movies when I was a kid. Saw them in a theater, and they were events, right? They were a big deal then, but that was a rare thing. Now it's every week there's an older movie. Paranorman, you probably haven't heard of it. It's a Leica stop motion animated movie by the people who did Coraline. It's really good. And that's being re-released. And they're all excluded from A-list. You have to pay to see these films. So
well, good, but it is so too late. So the whole point of this, sorry, we're building up to Jennifer Lawrence's comments.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Are that they have finally become self-aware way too fucking late. Jennifer Lawrence questions whether she should speak out against Trump now. What am I doing? The Oscar winner indicated she didn't want to alienate her audience. I don't want to start turning people off to films and to art that could change consciousness or change the world because they don't like my political opinions. This is something, Chris, I said, particularly with Star Trek and Doctor Who. I said, if you wanted to convey a message, and generally there was a message being conveyed in Star Trek more than Doctor Who, but they were tales of morality, and they would propose questions about, like, of course, Star Trek The Next Generation essentially covered cancel culture, way back in the day. And they would put up both sides of the argument and mostly let the audience decide at the end. But they even if they did come to a solution, they weren't preaching at you. They were like, here's what we think right and wrong is, and here's what we think the right answer is. But they left it open in a lot of cases for interpretation, right? Star Trek covered a lot of stuff that was like, well, they're definitely doing, like interfering with another planet's politics, whether we like them or not. Like, is that the right thing to do? Right. But it was morality tales that didn't preach at the audience and point at half of them going, you're wrong, they're right, fuck you, which is what we're getting now. And I always said in those reviews, I'm like, you're losing that. You're losing that conveying a message to everybody. And it still makes it like a communal experience and we can all discuss. Right now, it's half the side doesn't want to listen anymore because you told them to fuck off. So when Donald Trump was first elected, sorry, go on, Chris.
No, I don't know if you saw Mamdani's acceptance speech, but it really was us against them. We are against you. I remember, I'm old enough to remember when someone would be elected to a high position, could be president, governor, whatever, and they would give a uniting speech saying, I won, but recognizing that it was like their victory was maybe 51%. I represent all Americans and or Californians or whatever.
We're past those days.
It is shocking. I've lived on long enough a timeline and paid attention to politics. I remember Carter debating Reagan. That's how effing old I am. I'm older than you, Gary. So not that it's not a humble brag or anything. It's just truth. But I've seen things in my time. I've seen things in a little Roy Batty sense. And I've never, ever seen politicians they'd be embarrassed if they acted that way. It's very sad.
It is.
I think maybe the last polite election might have been 2008. Maybe
because it was uniparty, two uniparty people going up against each other. But yeah,
but when God, who was the guy who ran? It's my addled brain.
John McCain, right? It was John McCain. Yeah, and then Mitt Romney. What's the fucking difference between those two?
Nothing. Right, exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. But when John McCain ran, he he was doing like a town hall, and some woman said, "I don't trust Obama. He's a Muslim." He said, "No, he's a good man." That would never happen today. That would never happen.
Obama went back on that too. Obama was a charlatan. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Even people who voted for him understand. Like, a lot of the if you don't like Trump, well, you can blame your boy Obama for making him happen, because he is solely responsible. But as far as the mayor of New York, listen, I agree with my good friend Quarterback Garrett's sentiment. A crazy leftist city went crazy leftist. I'm not surprised at all. And you'll see what happens. I lived through this with Mayor London Breed in San Francisco. And you know what San Francisco did? They elected a more conservative Democrat right after that, after they saw her act for a little over 4 years, because she came in after Mayor Ed Lee, who, was at least normal, wanted to build roads and make money. Wasn't great. When he died, she came in and she was fucking terrible. All the fentanyl zombies you see, all the crime is her. It's all her, London Breed, and they voted her ass out. So, hey, good luck, New York. Texas is full. And former Republican. Okay, so when Donald Trump was first elected president in 2016, Jennifer Lawrence said her head exploded, and the former Republican, remember, keep that in mind, who grew up in Kentucky, a state that voted for Trump a lot. By the way, she was a Republican right until her agent told her not to be.
Right, exactly.
Because what's the mantra in Hollywood? I'll be whatever you need me to be. Exactly. Period. So she was a phony. And she probably does no shit. Okay. She passionately spoke out against Trump. She supported President Clinton. She supported Kamala. She even knocked on doors for Kamala. You could scroll up. But now, amid a reflective approach to her public comments and persona, she's questioning if she should speak out against the president. I don't really know if I should, Lawrence said to the New York Times on the outlet's The Interview podcast. During the first Trump administration, I felt like I was running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. But as we've learned, election after election, celebrities do not make a difference whatsoever on who people vote for. As a matter of fact, I would say it's an adverse effect at this point, Chris. So then what am I doing? I'm just sharing my opinion on something that's going to add fuel to the fire that's ripping the country apart. We are so divided, and Hollywood played their part. She also indicated she's conscious of how her audience might react to what she says. Wow, Chris. I think I'm in a complicated recalibration. In other words, oh shit, I fucked up. I'm also an artist. Some actors, Chris, are artists, are true artists. They are. Yeah. Absolutely. Daniel Day-Lewis is an artist. Okay? He's an artist. He's very good at his craft. Jennifer Lawrence, she's not a bad actress, but artist?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's pushing it. So I don't want to start turning people off to my films and to the art that could change consciousness or change the world because they don't like my political opinions, she added. I want to protect my craft so that you can still get lost in what I'm doing. And if I can't say something that's going to speak to some kind of peace or lowering the temperature or some sort of solution, I don't want to be a part of the problem. I don't want to make the problem worse. It says, I've always thought it was a good idea to stay out of politics, she said. 25%. Lawrence recent comments echo Vanity Fair, where she explained why she avoided discussing politics prior to Trump's rise to power. I've always thought it was a good idea to stay out of politics. 25% of America identify as liberal. I need more than 25% of America to see my movies. We could end it there. And it's not like she supports Trump or anything. She's just being self-aware enough to go, wow, our industry is falling apart right now. And maybe I played a part in destroying my industry. And it's like, it's good that she realized this because you did. You did. I know she's the first action star, female action star, Chris. And being the first female action star comes with great power comes great responsibility, Chris.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, but there needs to be like, God, you ever watch that? This is a weird comparison. You ever watch that show Hard Knocks onto HBO?
Yes. First
About,
couple seasons.
like, yeah. I've watched different seasons of it. One of the things that really surprised me is they bring the rookies in that are coming in and they put them through a school where they teach them all the ways their family will try to, sponge money off them, all the ways that women will try to take advantage of them, how to manage their money, and how to be media savvy. Why is it, at least, okay, there's a lot of things I don't like about modern day NFL, but the one thing for the most part, other than what's his name, Kaepernick, most athletes, they talk about the game. It's the same speech every time. We got to play to win. We got, there's a reason it's like that, and not everything some dumb. If you look at the percentage of athletes in the NFL that kind of stay on task with promote the brand, like what?
Oh, I was going to say, have you heard a Justin Herbert interview? The quarterback of the Chargers. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
It's comical.
Well, I would count how many times an athlete would say, "I'll tell you what." And that's a statement that says nothing.
Uh-huh.
What you're doing is you're delaying, because the wheels, the little thing in your head is spinning, the spinning wheel. Like, I don't know what to say. I'll tell you what. It's a meaningless opener to say, but I used to count how many times it was said during a broadcast. Anyways, but when you compare it with Hollywood celebrities, they speak out on politics often. Now, I'll say some of that is due to the fact that the media sets them up.
Yes, 100%.
They are set up like that guy, the super gay guy from Variety.
Mark Milken.
Is this the gayest Godzilla movie you've ever seen?
Is this the gayest gay ever?
Yeah. How gay does Stranger Things get this year? Like,
super gay.
Yeah, like everything has to be. It's
hello, 13-year-old boy. Is your character gay?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's bizarre that that's an obsession, and Hollywood would benefit from having some media training for actors. There's a way to get out of avoiding. You can be polite and not answer some of these questions.
Yeah, it's media savvy, Chris.
Yeah,
Chris, you're media savvy. You're really media savvy.
In some ways, yes, I do speak my mind though sometimes.
Well, yeah, because you don't care, right? But like when to speak your mind, and like, but when you're out there, promoting your doc, you're not like, fuck leftists. You're not doing that.
I don't even say that on my show. I try to be very much. What I do is I say people on the opposite side of the aisle, or this people. I don't even get into. I try to not use.
No,
even though it comes up like words like woke or far right or far left, I try to just avoid those words. I speak in roundabout. You can read into it what I'm saying, but because I don't want to further create a divide, I want us all to get together and talk about movies. I mean, the one thing, Predator Badlands, it's not as woke as it could have been, but there's, especially with Elle Fanning.
But it needs to be good.
Yeah.
Like, just not being woke isn't good enough.
Yeah. Well, parts of it are, frankly,
Yeah.
Parts of it are. It's just, it didn't need to be a Predator movie. It should have been Alien Hunter movie.
To give you some history of what I'm leading up towards is, I watched a video. I can't remember the guy's name. He's just in San Antonio. Smaller. He's 100,000 subs, like good sized channel. It's just him walking around San Antonio and going over the history of Hollywood and basically covering a lot of stuff we covered in the videos. But he also like went way back into the history. Like, okay, so Hollywood started basically running from Thomas Edison, who was suing everybody who tried to emulate anything about making a movie. So basically 5 Jewish guys went to Hollywood, Jack Warner being one of them, and they built an industry away from him. And they had it all. So up until the invention of the television, 90 million in tickets being sold every weekend. Equivalent. Right. I think it's adjusted for inflation. Every fucking weekend. Like it's insane. That gets halved when television comes around, but it's still really fucking good. And then Hollywood pivots and goes, we're going to start making television. Then they survive. Then V8, then the equipment gets cheaper. He didn't mention this part, but like what brought on, this, Chris, what brought on the Coppolas and the Spielbergs and the Scorseses was equipment started getting cheaper. Cameras got cheaper. Yeah. It was like really, and they broke out of the studio system too, which worked for them for a long time. Then VHS came. That was a huge boon. DVD, Blu-ray. And it's when they didn't pivot fully to streaming, they fell apart. He goes over all that. But then he goes, but then everything became homogenized for China. Yes. They stole all our shit like they always do. And now they've it's basically a bottleneck. Like Hollywood can't get in there anymore because they stole all their shit and they're making it. And they got too fucking preachy and fucking pissed off half the country. And it was just so nice to hear the guy say it. And I'm like, you got there, buddy. You did. And now we're in this, and he mentioned the strikes and how they haven't recovered from that. And the strikes, how much the strikes cost them business-wise is billions. And we said that at the time, Chris, like this is going to cost them billions. Atlanta's hurt Hollywood. Now the UK is hurting Hollywood. And now even those places are going to start to suffer because of social media. And during the strikes and during COVID, the audience broke their habit and they started going elsewhere for entertainment. Now, we can argue all day, well, is it as high a form of entertainment than this? It's like, whatever. There's gaming and there's social media and there's movies, and it's in that order, and movies and TV are falling way, way behind. And now you have all these delays and nothing comes out. Well, I mean, we're talking about Predator Badlands, Chris, would be an also-ran movie that we would fucking forget about in normal times.
Yeah.
Like, this is basically a streaming movie that's being put in the theaters. Now, people argued that Prey should have been in theaters. No, Prey was a streaming movie that a lot of people liked. It still shouldn't have been put in the theaters. And that's all we've got. And then it's Predator, it's Zootopia 2, it's Wicked, and it's Avatar. So 4 movies in the most lucrative, busiest time of year where Hollywood should have a tentpole every weekend.
It is. Yeah, there would be a variety. There would be a comedy like Fackham Hall, right? There'd be some, earnest romantic movie, maybe a romantic comedy, There would be then a gross out teen sex comedy, and then some action movie with big muscles and a gun, and then some sci-fi thing every once in a while. That was rare. I mean, when I was a kid, sci-fi movies were rare.
We watched them all. Like, B movie, C movie. We went to every single one because it was sci-fi.
Yeah, exactly. And there isn't the variety, there isn't the variety at the movie theater. I mean, like the last, October was so dry. It's like, what do we go see? Like, there's nothing. It's really sad.
Back to the Future was just IMAX screens, right?
Yes. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. More?
They expanded it, actually. They did,
and it charted.
It did well. Yeah, it was like number 5 at the box office.
Yeah.
But that's a 40-year-old movie. Jaws is 50 years old. Hollywood can't make movies consistently. The only reason these movies are returning to theaters is because they need to fill. The theaters need to live, survive, sell popcorn, get butts in seats. And there are generations who haven't seen those movies ever in a theater. I saw Back to the Future with my daughter. She's seen the movie, never in a theater, loved it. It's a perfect film. It's a short list of perfect films. I think Jaws is a perfect movie. Like but like this is what we're left. I mean, it's sad to see that variety isn't there to the point where AMC is like, have you seen the interviews? I gotta dig it up with the guy who runs the CEO of AMC. He gives no F's. He's like, we went right to what's her name? Taylor Swift, and made a deal with her. They're making deals with Fathom Entertainment. They're doing deals with they're coming up. They can't depend on Hollywood studio product any longer. I'm going to dig up that interview because there are quotable things that Gary you could use for a video. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. So, real quick, too much stuff is being, so there is a glut of shows and movies and stuff, but there's too much, but yet not enough in theaters. It's not enough to make the cut. Like even Fackham Hall, which I am going to see opening day, I think most people are just going to wait to see it on streaming, and it looks legitimately funny. And it's because, you know, they didn't innovate, and I don't know if they could have, to be honest with you. The amount of money to innovate for a theater, I don't know if it's worth it at this point. But we just had one of the worst weekends in years, and it's not going to get much better. And people will come up and say, well, look at Wicked now and Zootopia now. The theaters are back. It's like, you guys said theaters were back when Minecraft came out. You said it when Lilo and Stitch came out. And we said at the time, no, this isn't enough. And look at the quality of that film, right? That is not something that's going to carry anything over. There's no innovation going on. And when you have a dwindling audience, you need to do everything you can to keep that audience, and continuing to piss it off and going out with one woke after another. And it's going to win 14 Academy Awards. Chris, it's going to break fucking Lord of the Rings records. And
it'll get that nomination.
It's going to be a big old middle finger. Now, you know, it wins Best Picture, dude. It does.
I think so. Yeah.
I think hands down it wins Best Picture. But and that's why we're in the shape we're in now. And we tried to warn you. And now actual, you know, like one of the worst culprits out there is going, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Boo. Well, you know.
Right. I found the interview. It's a really good podcast.
How long is it?
It's an hour, but you know,
okay.
in your own time,
yeah.
You know, when you're doing something, that's, you know, when you're on your walk or whatever, he's really savvy. And he's like, you know, I mean, he roundabout doesn't say it like in a, you know, blunt way, but really Hollywood is failing theaters by not delivering those products. So.
Yes, they are. You know what else is failing is real quick. Let's do this one. Star Trek, because you're going to be doing a requiem for Star Trek, a funeral for Star Trek.
We're doing it.
Yes. When are you doing that?
We are doing that in December. No date set yet, but RMB will be there. A lot of people record we're going to start a hashtag where you can record a eulogy, post it on social media, and we will watch all of them. It'll be our Star Wars one was 7.5 hours. We're going to beat that record.
Excellent.
So I know that's nothing for you.
Well,
that's a solo nooner for you.
Oh God. They're getting 7 so long these days.
Yeah, I know. I watched.
Thanks, brother.
I put you on while I'm on my walks, and I love it. I love it.
I got to go through my hard drives. I recorded a full, I can't remember. It was for a trailer reaction for a Star Trek show that I completely forgot. It was when I first moved here, and I recorded a full requiem for Star Wars with Star Trek with Amazing Grace in the background and all my favorite scenes and favorite characters from Star Trek. I'm going to find it and give it to you. And it's by the way, it's a version of Amazing Grace that you can use on YouTube.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I'll find it and give it to you. But so 10 years after Jar Jar Abrams' Trek, the Kelvin universe is dead. Almost 10 years later, Chris Pine's Star Trek IV gets a devastating update from Paramount. They aren't doing it. We don't have to read the article. They just decided to move away from it. And the only question left is, when are you doing Kurtzman? So they want to go to a more, what they said, Chris, is a holistic approach to Star Trek. Holistic. How about
get back to basics? Embrace the masculinity. There's so many great male and female characters, and that article I sent you, The Great Feminization. What it is, what one of the themes of it is, it's not just, it's the men all have to be humiliated. That first episode of All's Fair, that's the whole show, is men being not just.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. I'll put a pin in that. But yeah, it's the men being sidelined, humiliated, worthless. Like it's not just like a woman can't be great unless a man is humiliated. It's like that makes no sense.
No, and they turned Star Trek, well, it's particularly in Kurtzman Trek, into an incompetent matriarchy. I mean, that's what Starfleet is now. So I mean, it's not a surprise. They could, God, I can't even remember how many times they announced Star Trek 4 and how many directors they had, and they finally put it to bed. And I think this is a sign that Kurtzman is next. They got he's got one more show to do, and I think another season of Strange New Worlds. But I can't see how they would have a holistic approach to Star Trek. I would say have a Star Trek approach to Star Trek. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah,
a little bit. But it's not looking good for Kurtzman, but it's too late. We've seen all this shit now. We can't, like, even if you come and say it's all erased from canon, it's like, all right. But a lot of people see, you want to get new members of the audience in. What you will do is get a percentage of your hardcore fans back. But the new audience is going to go, fuck no, I'm not going to waste my time with this. Which is very sad. Very sad. I guess we could talk about All's Fair.
Oh my God.
All's Fair. So you're 3 episodes in?
2.5.
2.5.
Oh my God. The 3rd episode. Gary, it just gets worse and worse. It's if I wasn't told this was a serious series, I think it was a parody. It is a parody, it is satire. It is girl bossery, male humiliation throughout. It's the story, this firm where they start with 10 years ago, where a couple of women wanted to leave this law firm and start their own firm. They show this shot. There's a shot of the white men in the boardroom all laughing. It's like such a parody. And then, of course, why does every black woman that's part of a diverse group had to be oh, no, you didn't? I have black women as friends. They don't act like that. That is a type of black. So they only have a certain type of black woman, which is the, oh, no, you didn't type of, like, almost like a parody. Like it's, I actually don't know a black woman who acts like that, but I'm sure it exists. And they bring her along with them, start a firm. They cross what's her name, who becomes their enemy. I've got the cast here. Sarah Paulson.
Yeah.
Carrington Lane. And Kim Kardashian. What they did was they cast a lot of older and unattractive women so that Kim Kardashian as Allura Grant. That's her name.
Yes.
Allura. These names are all like Naomi Watts is Liberty Ronson. The black character is Emerald Green. Glenn Close is Dina Standish. Like, it's just their parody names. So they make Kim Kardashian is objectively the best looking woman in the show because everyone else is effing ugly. They're fugly and it's just awful. So, and it's,
oh my God, Ed O'Neill's in this.
Yeah.
James Remar.
He plays Glenn Close's dying husband. loyal husband. And the show is in the style of Nip Tuck. Did you ever watch Nip Tuck?
Yeah,
I
yes.
like that show back in the day. So they start this firm, women come in, present the problem. It's the problem of the week. And then there's the season-long conflict, which is Allura Grant, Kim Kardashian's divorce from her husband, Chase Monroe, played by Matthew Noska.
Ex-athlete, 3 Super Bowl rings, who feels drowned out by his powerful wife's career. This is such a gaudy series too. Such a weird time to have like Kim Kardashian, who we'll get to in just a moment. They have this big opening scene where she walks into her house and it's just fucking, she's rich as fuck. Her closet's the size of
so many jewels.
No, it's the size of 3 master bedrooms, her closet. And all her clothes are like encased in glass, and then all her jewelry. It's to show how powerful. And I'm like, read the room a little bit, because this is supposed to be about victimized women. And it comes off so much worse, Chris, because these victimized women have everything they want. They're super fucking rich, but they try to, like, they have a tech bro who basically marries a woman, and she's like Rapunzel. He keeps her in he locks her in the house for some reason, like that would be legal. And then he invites a third woman over to have a threesome, and then his wife falls in love with the third woman, and she wants to get a divorce. It is so fucking crazy. The message of female empowerment is basically, we just want to take over and be whores as much as we want to, because they have one woman who cheated on her husband. This is just in the first episode, Chris. So one woman actually cheats on her husband, but she's the victim somehow.
Right. Oh my God. And it gets by third. Oh my God. The second episode it's so horrifying. And they fly around. It's like they're superheroes in a way, like the Avengers, because they have this private jet, and it's a set. Obviously it's a set, but they use it like in all 3 episodes. It feels like the Avengers. What was the name of their ship that they flew around in? The Avengers, whatever. I forget what the name of the ship was in the movies. Oh my God, my freaking brain. But it's such a bad set. It is all like, they're always having these girl dinners. Like, do they have servants? They're not making that, I guarantee.
Not the helo carrier.
The like whatever the helo. Well, it was in the first Avengers movie. What was that called? What kind of name? Nerds, come on!
The helo
me,
carrier.
Quinjet?
There's the Quinjet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They have their Quinjet. It's like they're superheroes. That's it. They're like superheroes. It's so dumb. Like, they must have like all these workers and servants and
Queerjet.
Queerjet.
That might be more applicable here.
Chat. Love you, chat. Appreciate you. But it's just, by the 3rd episode, oh my God, Gary, in the 3rd episode, Kim Kardashian's ex, the football player, they find that he was involved with a trans ex sex worker. So Kim Kardashian's character and her secretary, who's cheating with her husband, they both have to get like STD tests. I mean, it is like,
it's a day in Kim Kardashian's life.
That's the husband, right?
The husband is an athlete. Okay, is an ex-athlete. The only difference is he's white, but
he's Tom Brady.
So
that's the only unrealistic.
Okay, Kim Kardashian, who, if I didn't know she was a woman, because I worked a little bit on the Kardashian show, like kind of ghost editing some of that shit back in the day. If I didn't know she was a woman, she is a trans, like a male trans character.
Yes, she's had so much work done.
She looks like a dude trying to be a woman. It's
for trans.
She looks fucking trans, dude.
There you go.
And there is so much fucking plastic in this show. It looks like they are like literal action figures talking to each other.
Yeah.
And Glenn Close, can't even move her face anymore. So she talks like this.
Yeah.
She
Oh
talks
my
like
God.
this.
She's had so much work done. All the women in this show have had a lot of work done.
It's like
So-
Robot Chicken for feminists.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But it's like I was trying to rationalize in my mind any logic behind this. So are they going for comedy? I mean, this is clear satire, but the problem is it's so fucking bad and so unself-aware. It's trying to be self-aware while being completely unself-aware, and it plays off like a rich elitist female power fantasy written by a gay man, which is exactly what
Right.
it is.
Yeah, it reminds me because I watched the me and my girlfriend actually we sort of hate watched, and just like that, we were just laughing at how stupid every situation is. And this is not how women of that age, I imagine, really act. It's again like a gay man's fantasy of being a woman of a certain age, and how they're very promiscuous. They're like everything is a drama. They're all about looking good all the time and being virtuous. It's they are really, and this is by the way, when I worked at G4 when we moved, G4 had a different office on the west side. They merged with E and all that. Comcast Universal moved into the E building. The Kardashians would come by. They would come by and they would walk around. And when they were on, there was like a KK alert, right? Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians are here. They'd walk around. I despise them. How they have corrupted women's brains, that this is what to strive for, is very sad. It's somehow in a veiled related way. I saw an interview with Jerry Seinfeld talking about how the lust for money in the 80s and what that wrought. He said, back in the day, if you had a job, if you had certain job, you had a cool job, you were cool. Now the heroes that we have, they've got to be rich, and not just rich, super rich, and it's very sad that this is the role model. And it truly is a role model for so many young women, is the Kardashians. And it's funny that Kim Kardashian would play a lawyer. Didn't she try to be a lawyer?
She
Go to
is
law
trying to
school?
be a lawyer. She went to school, I believe, for it, and is supposed to take the bar or took the bar already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we'll see.
ew.
Yeah. So it's sad to me. It's sad to me. And I connect the dots on lots of weird things. Song Sung Blue, the movie with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. It's coming out on Christmas Day. Really earnest film about a guy that wants to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. Hugh Jackman, amazing. Kate Hudson, amazing. They're working class. They're blue collar, just trying to get by. There's scenes where he's working on cars and teaching his daughter how to change oil and do like blue collar stuff that Hollywood used to champion. Hollywood used to champion working class people. But of late, the heroes are, well, really these types of women. This show, lawyer, powerful women who work in whatever, marketing, whatever. It's all these like sexy jobs. And that's not what most people, who relates to that? It's like whenever I see an indie film by a filmmaker that is about a filmmaker, I'm like, you've lost. You're not, no one can relate to that but you. It's bad. So there you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to bring up the Rotten Tomatoes score here. Is it? Oh, it's 7%.
Someone gave a
It went up.
Somebody, I want to know who gave it a positive review. I don't know if you can
One
click on
positive.
it.
I don't think we can click on it yet. I tried to look at the reviews.
You did?
It
Go to
won't
Top
let me.
Critics.
Yeah.
Top
so.
critics zero.
Zero.
And
So-
it just happened because I pulled
It
up all these links
just
before
happened.
the show.
So it
Mhm.
was at 0.
Mhm.
It is. It is a special kind of awful, and I'm sure people were asking. Yeah, Disparew's all over this shit. It's actually it's homework for FNT. So I told everybody they had to watch at least one episode.
I can't believe you're making them watch it.
This is going to be gold for Az and Disparew. I think.
Yeah,
I think this is Az's new MILF Island.
It is unbelievable how bad it is. And Kim Kardashian is such a fucking horrible actress, dude. She is so bad.
It's not very good at all.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was behind funding this. Ryan Murphy, who is lavished with praise, was one of the first creators during that streaming boom. You will remember, Chris, where I believe it was Netflix. I can't remember who. One of the streamers offered him it was like $300 million. Wow. To develop shows, and it was a first look deal, so he could still do shows for other places. And he's looked at as some like genius. He did American Horror Story, right? And I don't know why he'd put his name on this, dude, because it is a special kind of bad, but like the kind we needed right now, the kind we can all, like, everybody can go, like, all sides can come together and laugh at this, right? This isn't like just some fucking anti-woke thing. This is just bad. It's universally bad, like Madam Web kind of bad, to where, you know, like even now, like Madam Web sucked, but it was a fun experience to watch the movie. It was. I genuinely liked it.
Entertaining in the wrong way.
Entertainment in the wrong way. Unintentional entertainment. That's how bad things have gotten. But yeah, if you want a good laugh and you got Hulu, and well, I don't know how much Hulu costs these days. It's a lot.
It's on Disney as well, in Canada at least, because we don't have Hulu. So maybe both.
Well, I mean, Hulu's going to be gone. I believe it's at the end of the year, Chris. Hulu will be gone, at least for us in the States, and it will just be Disney Plus.
Is that true?
Yeah. So what they did was they're getting rid of Hulu, and they're just going to replace it with Disney Plus because Disney Plus failed. If that makes any sense to you. But Disney Plus failed. Disney buys Fox to get Hulu and to get because that's how they got their hooks in Hulu, and then took over Hulu from Comcast. And to save face, they're going to and because Hulu was number 2 behind Netflix, it was the second big prominent one behind Netflix. So they that's how they save face. That's how they save face. So yeah, all's fair. I mean, feminist gobbledygook, but it's played as a satire that isn't self-aware. That is one of the more unintentional funny things you will see this year.
Yeah, we were just laughing watching how bad this is.
Dude, Naomi, what the fuck is Naomi Watts doing in this thing, man?
And they made her look bad.
Yeah.
She does not look good in the show.
She looks so out of place.
What you can do with makeup and lighting is crazy. And she's a very good looking older actress.
She's the one who doesn't have any work.
Yeah. And they made her look bad. It's all about making Kim Kardashian the star, the protagonist, the lead, and also the best. No one can be better looking than her. And the guest stars, Elizabeth Berkley. Have you gotten to that yet?
No, I'm just in episode 1.
My second episode. Holy shit. The actresses they bring in to be the guest of the week are pathetic. It's I won't get it. I don't want to give any spoilers, Gary.
Oh, come on.
Because people so don't want to be spoiled for this movie.
It was funny. I was watching it right before the show, and I was laughing my ass off, dude. And it's just all the plastic surgery. Women, don't do this. It looks fucking abysmal. It looks inhuman. You know, you look at the great actress Glenn Close has put so much fucking plastic in her face, she can't make a facial expression. One thing you need to do as an actor is emote.
Yeah.
But now she talks like this. Also, Chris, you didn't watch The Witcher, correct?
I did not. I watched season 1 and then I watched part of season 2 and have never. I just stopped.
That's a smart move.
Better off.
Better off. I saw it through because I think it's a great thing to chronicle in the annals of pop culture, like how something like this happens. And it is one of the best examples, especially of a series that just kept on getting renewed. And, we brought it up yesterday with Maulers. I don't know if you saw Mindhunter, Chris. Mindhunter's awesome, dude. And they canceled that after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But we get this. And it turns out not a lot of people stuck with the show. So over 4 days, it got 577,000 views. Now, this is from Samba TV, where they do some funky little analytics thing where it's based on like the graphics on your TV. I don't know the science of it, but it's a little better than Parrot Analytics. Parrot Analytics is total bullshit. Luminate does some of this too, but it bases a show's popularity based on social media reaction, which basically means if you say the Acolyte sucks, that is counted as interaction that's positive. So Samba does something different, and that, that's roughly 140,000 views a day. Just to give you an example, Drinker's review of The Witcher season 4, I believe, hit 1 million in one day. Mine hit about just really close to 500,000 in one day. So, and our budget was a lot lower. I think Drinker's just, I don't know, does he buy expensive alcohol? I think he just buys cheap alcohol. So it probably didn't cost him very much. Probably didn't cost him. As a matter of fact, my coffee probably cost more than his booze to make my video. So my video might have been more expensive. A little bit more expensive. Because I drink so much coffee. But he does drink a lot of booze.
I want coffee now. I want some of your coffee. Sorry,
Go get some coffee. Go get some coffee. So, yes, it is. We'll see where it charts in Nielsen, but it lost about 35% of its audience from last season. So, and it had already lost 35% of its audience from season 1 to season 3. So, we could do some Steiner math, but the numbers don't lie, and that spells disaster for you at Sacrifice.
I've learned with Netflix, they do season 1s very well. Mm-hmm. Season 2 of any of their shows are 50-50. I loved season 1 of Stranger Things, started season 2, don't care. One Piece season 1 was awesome. Not
Chef's
sure
kiss.
About season 2.
Not so sure.
The Witcher, a lot that I loved about it. Season 2 was even season 1 had a few things that
it did.
It
had problems.
But like I feel like limited series maybe is what Netflix should stick with instead of like season 1, season this. If there's a new story to tell, like great, tell that story. But like season after season after season, that's what killed Lost. I was all in on Lost. It was so awesome. And then it was the show that did too much. It was too much and it got convoluted. And by the end, no one cared. And the ending sucked. So, what can we do? I love there'll be season 1s that are great on Netflix. And I've learned tune out after that.
Yeah. You bring up a great point, and I've talked about the binge model not being sustainable. Yes, Netflix stock is over $1,000 a share, and there's no reason for them to change it because they think it's part of their brand. But I promise you, they're going to have to change it someday. They will reach maturity. They might have already reached maturity, and they are going to have to do things like reduce churn. They've stopped reporting subs. I mean, because there's only so many people on Earth. There's only so many people market. I get that part, but you're going to have to maintain audience. And by doing that, you need to make a weekly series that's way more consistent. It's one of the biggest mistakes Hollywood made was breaking their procedural model.
Yes.
And I saw Pop Culture Crisis and Disparu and I have been talking about do they need to bring back the procedural. Suits came out. They released it on Netflix a couple years ago, and it dominated the entire summer. It did, and it's just a procedural. And they need to find a way to get back to that, but they can't make a procedural that comes out once every 3 years. And if you're going to do a prestige series, it can't be once every 3 years because you lose showrunners. You lose cast. Your cast is too young. They age out too much. That's going to be a huge problem with One Piece. These are kids.
Yeah.
And it took 2.5 years for the season, and you lost both showrunners because it became such a pain in the ass. That this is it. It's not sustainable, at all. And when you need momentum, Chris. So momentum is very important for a TV series. And I think their school of thought is, well, movies came out once every 2 years and 3 years, and people went back. So it was a 2-hour movie that everybody could remember, or go back and rewatch. It's not the case with an entire series where, oh my God, it's been 3 years and I need to go back and watch 8 hours of stuff to catch up. Are you kidding me? Unless it's great, nobody's going to do that. Nobody. So they need to figure out a way to turn it around quicker. And the weekly release makes the distance between seasons feel a lot shorter, because it is. One Piece releases once a week. It stays in the conversation for months longer. And it takes about 2 months to play out, give or take a week. When you drop it all at once, like Witcher season 4 will be a fucking memory next week. It'll be fart in the wind. And that's probably a good thing, because Netflix was definitely trying to hide it, Chris. They only released one trailer and one clip a little over a month before it came out. They quietly released a Rats show. And the most frustrating thing about this series is Lauren Hissrich showed she could write a good character. So she brings in, even have a super chat about this. Leo Bonhart comes in, played by Sharlto Copley, to perfection. Like, he's a legitimate good character, and kills all the fucking annoying characters at the end, brutally, which happens in the books. But it also showed that, you could have done this right. You just didn't like The Witcher, and your feminism got in the way of being a good writer. So that's the more frustrating thing. But yes, from Magnum Norris for $20 says, I can't stop watching Leo Bonhart destroy everything that I hated about the show, piece by piece. Well, Siri's still around. You got the girl as the key to everything, and you make her completely annoying. That's kind of a problem for your show. Kind of a problem. Did you get your coffee, Chris?
No, I haven't left yet. Because I don't know. I usually go get coffee when you go to Soups, but whatever.
So real quick before we go to Soups, what's the worst TV show of the year? What critics? Oh, it's okay. So that was that. Fair. Yeah, that's All Fair.
I think it's All Fair.
It's got to be
of the year. It is the worst. It is. But what I feel, first of all, I actually think it will do well out of curiosity. I mean, I don't think I would have paid attention because it got a 0%. I like extremes, when people say this is the worst ever, this is the best ever. Let me see for myself. So, but it'll be fun to see. I want to see an Az rant or a Disparu breakdown.
Yeah, I don't know why Az isn't. Okay, Az found a game that he likes.
And we lost him.
And when Az finds a game that he likes, we lose him completely. He's gone.
Well, what's the game?
I can't even remember. Arc something.
Was it Arc Raiders?
Arc Raiders. Yeah. So I've been friends long enough with Az to know that Az has disappeared. He found something he liked, and he's just gonna obsess over it for forever and forget the world. That's why I don't game regularly. That's exactly why. because you would lose me. I would just be gone. I would obsess over it. And so it's That's why I don't mess with 40K because I know that because I know I'd love that crack. I know I would. But yes, Az is gone. Or otherwise, I think he'd be reviewing every episode.
Oh yeah, there'd be a video daily. On it.
I still think he should. It'd be fucking gold. It'd be gold. So what do you think of, Chris, what do you think of Paramount in its first 100 days of David Ellison?
Should I care? I don't really have an opinion. What can happen in 100 days?
Well,
I mean,
I
they're
think
stuck with so much bad. They have that Star Trek Academy series coming out.
Well, it's more of what they're doing. I'm asking. So the impact they have on the entire industry with wanting to buy Warner Brothers, axing at least the Kelvin timeline today. And they're not going to stop there, but losing Taylor Sheridan, that was fucking brutal. That is such a, and I guess they were surprised. I guess David Ellison flew out to Texas and Taylor Sheridan said it was just too corporate. I didn't want to be any part of it.
Wow.
So yeah, but they're probably going to end up with Warner Brothers, dude.
You think so? What about Netflix making a play for WB?
It's who, okay. WB has to get the best deal for their shareholders, number one. But they also the simplest deal that can go through. I think Netflix is logical, but they would want to just carve up a big part of it, and they definitely don't. And I don't know if Paramount wants CNN too. That's why they're splitting it off into Discovery. But it just seems like with Netflix, Warner Brothers has too many things Netflix doesn't give a fuck about. That would be the only thing. And they might. I mean, they've got more money. They have more money than Paramount. A lot more money. So, and my question, okay, I have a question for you, Chris, because I've been asking this the last couple of days. What happens to the movies that Warner Brothers releases in theaters if Netflix takes over?
They'll be bungled as Netflix squandered Frankenstein, which is out of theaters this week. It's disheartening. I still have not seen it. And the theaters I want to see it at, the Egyptian and the Draft House, sold out. The screenings are 100% full. It's insane. The only screen you can go to is at like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm busy, obviously. So
yep.
It's this consolidation is not good. Fewer companies is not good. I mean, are we going to get to a future where just rename it Wayland Yutani and have the 5 corporations run everything? Is not good. It's the corporatization of everything is why stuff sucks now. And this is where AI will give indie creators the edge, where an indie filmmaker, creator, whatever, will be able to make something competitive with a big budget studio with $100 million plus budget. You'll be able to utilize aspects of AI ethically by owning the data sets. You have to own the data sets that you use to derive the AI from. I believe that is the ethical way to do it. Like, I think indies will actually have an opportunity to make things that could compete. The only thing they will have an issue with is talent costs money. You know, like if you want you to pay for actors, and it's worth it, actually, you know. But this is bad. I'm against all of this. More competition is good. Like it makes everyone better. And I'm not in favor of any of this.
Put that back up real quick. X-ray girl. Inside David Ellison's dramatic first 100 days at Paramount, courting Tom Cruise blockbusters, forging ties with Trump, and daring anyone else to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, they're really going to push this forging ties with Trump thing, which I think is just completely made up. Okay.
Right.
I just think it is a narrative that they want to push. I don't have the pom-poms out for David Zaslav. I don't. I know some people do. I don't. But I also recognize that most of the Hollywood press hates him, and a lot of people inside of Hollywood hate him just for the perception that he talks to Trump or doesn't hate him or has some ties. But if you're a giant corporation, you're going to have ties with the presidential administration. Disney has ties to the presidential administration because they have to work with them through the FCC or whatever, through regulations. So everybody does. So this is bullshit. And what they're trying to do is make your bad guy. And I don't have the pom-poms out for billionaire Nepo baby either. But that's if you're going to not like the guy, I would say as an industry, don't like the fact that it's contracting. But your best option, Writers Guild of America and Film Actors Guild, your best option right now, as it stands, is David Ellison and Paramount buying Warner Brothers and not Netflix. Because at least Ellison will release theater movies in theaters. And that is in question with Netflix. Either way, you're coming out of this, and I'm talking to the union members, with fewer jobs. And what was behind this acceleration was your strike. Your strike made this happen.
And there may be another strike next
year.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. Well, I want to see what they're forging ties with Trump. You mean like maybe not having a news network out there that just rails on the guy 24/7? It's like, by all means, question people on their policy. The only problem I think most Americans have, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think I speak for most Americans, is we don't have an equal application of the rules or criticism. That's what people have a problem with. You clearly, as Chris mentioned earlier, took a side.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody trusts you as an institution. Nobody trusts news anymore because you got caught lying to us like many, many, many times. And this is beyond liking or disliking a president. As Paramount chief builds a Hollywood juggernaut that could soon swallow up Warner Brothers, which is crazy, Chris, because Paramount's a smaller company. Was. A different type of construction is taking place 3,000 miles away. Sources say that President Donald Trump has greenlit plans to host one of the first UFC fights under Paramount. So that's forging ties with the UFC. So they're going to do a UFC thing in the front lawn, which they announced. I thought they were joking. It'd be kind of funny. Do you have a problem
with that new ballroom? They could have wrestling in there.
They should.
Great.
They should. Dignitaries from around the world will attend a dinner and then head to the Octagon, the 8-sided ring where the main event will play out. Trump and UFC CEO Dana White are spearheading the telecast that discussed the date in June 2014 of 2026, which coincides with Trump's 80th birthday. He's getting old. Homeboy's getting old. Yeah, so we're going to televise an event. That means we're obviously going to sign off on everything Trump is. This is what they do, though. And this is the problem with calling half of America and one guy a Nazi for years and years and years and years, that somebody just wants to do a business deal. And y'all don't have any problems with, like, you'll give fucking Woody Allen standing ovation. Guy who married his fucking stepdaughter. While the spectacle might sound like a discarded scene from a 2006 dystopian comedy Idiocracy, it provides a glimpse into Ellison's rising empire, one that skews alpha male and that some fear will entwine the studio's content more closely with MAGA messaging. Oh no.
It is criminal what the mainstream media has done to vilify and turn Americans against each other. I've seen it. Like friends within my own family. I've seen this and it's disgusting to me. Neighbor against neighbor.
Yep.
Like the disdain that people disdain and the looks people will give me, certain types of people, when I wear a hat that just says America on it.
Or
Not
American flag.
Republican, not right wing, just a hat that says America, which I wore when I voted yesterday. A lot of good it did us. I think California should be broken up.
Oh, I've thought that for years.
Southern and Northern California, just let's do that. And we can run things the way we like. People can move to where they want to be. Because there's certain parts of California that seem completely unaffected by tent cities and drugs because they won't tolerate it. I love when they have like the guy who's the sheriff of Riverside. He's awesome. He gives no F's. He's like, well, we're gonna do this. Like, yeah. So
the only good thing is Texas has been somewhat fortified by refugees from other. I mean, a lot of people complain about the refugees from other states, but some of them, a good many of them, are fortification.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
And it's the strange division of America that's not going to be a line down the middle. It's going to be like little regions. And people were fucking Gavin Newsom coming out and bitching about redistricting. It's like, this is your latest redistricting. You did it 10 years ago. You did it 10 years before that. Remember, they were calling Arnold Schwarzenegger, well, I mean, like his dad was, but they were calling him a Nazi back in the day when he was the governor. And he was like the most fucking milquetoast governor in the history of governors.
I mean, it's so pathetic. And I can't stand Newsom. I mean, I've been here, seen what he's done to this state, saw what he did to San Francisco, a city I loved, a city where that's where you and I met at WonderCon, I think 2011 or 2012.
Yeah.
Around there. 2011.
2011. And you still have, I wish I had that Muckle Batman. It is impossible to find. I've been looking for one ever since, but you have the stand.
I have the stand.
You have the stand.
The stand. And I gave the Superman one to my friend Bobby Schwartz. He's a bigger Superman fan than I. Gave it to him for his birthday.
So they're making this correlation because he's allowing this fight and he's broadcasting it, that now he's going to like start making everything fucking MAGA. And oh my God, they're going to bring back masculinity, Chris, to Hollywood.
God. Yeah.
Well, what's happened to publishing? People complain, men don't read anymore. Men read plenty. They just don't read your schlock because it got feminized. And we were talking about it earlier. And Hollywood got feminized. Paul Chato just put out a great video. We love Paul, by the way. We love Paul. And he did a good video on it. And we've been talking about it for a long time. And we got a lot of shit back in the day for it. A lot of shit. And now here we are. And everything that we used to love, that was proven, everything that was a proven success over years and years, comic books, superheroes, lasted wars and fucking depressions and economic downturns and strife in the 60s, things that outlasted all that, couldn't outlast woke. Woke. Fantasy storytelling that's 100 years old in some cases just became problematic like in the last 5-10 years.
Well, men have basically fled publishing because the people that have infiltrated publishing are women and or wannabe women who are gatekeeping male authors. Again, when too many women invade a space, men just go somewhere else. They go somewhere else.
Dude.
They take their talents and their efforts and they put them somewhere else. We don't need more women in STEM. We need people who love math in STEM.
Yeah, we need people.
I don't, just people who love science, have them go in STEM. This weird gender like divide that's being created is all of it is it's not going to lead to a positive end.
No, well, that's the worst. The worst
industries.
crime of feminism, modern, is making having men and women be enemies against each other. It's fucking a crime, right? Yeah, we need Asians in STEM. More Asians in STEM. I'm fine with that.
Right.
More mathers. We need women in STEM. You know what? People always bring up like when women when shout out like every woman's what was it? The UN women's Twitter site said every job is a woman's job, and everybody like shot back going, yeah, we need more women in underwater welding and working high tension wires and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, we don't. Actually, we don't. I think we are good with the numbers we have because I want this shit to work. Okay. I don't think there's a lot of women up on the Golden Gate Bridge painting it, as you guys may or may not know. It is constantly being painted all the time. They never stop. Once they reach one end, they turn right around and just start painting it again the other way. Why? Because it'll rust. It'll rust and fall apart. So they have to, the amount of money they put on paint is, but you have a job for life.
Yeah.
It's like dusting this room. It's in a constant state of being dusted. I dust a section a day because I have to. Because I was too cheap to buy module cases, which are expensive and bulky, and no way. Here we go. So in rapid fire session, the 42-year-old Ellison has become show business's ultimate disruptor. The industry's first millennial mogul wants to change the DNA of Hollywood while building a new type of entertainment leviathan out of the husk of a once legacy film and television studio, and Paramount, which declined to comment, is just the beginning. Well, and the reason this happened, Chris, is because Paramount declined. Warner Brothers declined. Disney declined. Hollywood declined. They didn't innovate. They didn't do anything to fix the problems that were staring them right in the face. And they're actually stopping one. They're actively stopping one that could save the industry's asses. Not a lot of jobs, but the industry's asses. AI, I kind of agree with Justine Bateman that it will be a bubble that pops because a lot of tech bubbles pop in the beginning. Too many people put too much money into something that's not quite there yet, and then the bottom falls out. But then they recover and they perfect it, and it gets much bigger. I mean, it happened to the internet. So AI is not going anywhere. It's like trying to stop the wind. It's like trying to stop the ocean. And it actually could be a tool to save your industry. Maybe not the centralized version that you want to keep, but as Chris said, independent movies are going to get a lot easier. 2D animation going to get a lot easier. But the thing is, you still have to be good.
Have you seen all those Pixar parodies?
Yeah.
Do you know what ones I'm talking about?
The ones that they made illegal?
No. I'm going to dig it up. Maybe we can watch some of these. But this is, if you can do that as a goof, you can make a whole movie. At some point, you'll be able to. I'm going to find it. I'm just going to mute. I'm going to find it. You got to see this. Character.
Okay. But I mean, the whole point I'm going to is like a lot of this stuff, gaming the job I was in Hollywood at Technicolor was, basically working in metadata, right? It was working in metadata and QCing and a pre-mastering technician. It was actually a job made up by Technicolor. That could get replaced by AI easily. It'll save them a bunch of money, a bunch of time, and then maybe they can start making physical media again because it's too expensive right now. And like, shit, I just saw somebody tweet out Disney's doing a 4K on some animated movie, and it's $45. And that's pretty much how much discs have to cost now. They've gotten pretty fucking expensive, right? And it's to cover the costs, but that'll go down. You need to embrace it as a tool. Sure, the robots are going to come and take us all over someday, but it's just not there yet. We aren't close to a computer becoming conscious. We aren't. It's that singularity is still some time away. Considering that we don't even know what consciousness is, we have no fucking idea. And believe me, there's a lot of people who've cut up a lot of brains to figure that out, and we still don't know what it is. Not saying it isn't dangerous, especially when it gets applied to military and all that other bullshit, and algorithms start, running our fucking missiles and stuff. That's bad. But as far as art, something needed to happen, and because you destroyed your industry by shutting it down twice in 5 years and pissed off half the customer base, it has created David Ellison coming in. By the accounts of many industry insiders, Ellison has been busy leveraging his family's extraordinary wealth and access to President Trump to prepare for buying spree. With the help of his father, Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison, the world's second richest man behind Elon Musk in Silicon Valley, Scion wants to take on Netflix, Amazon, and Apple. In the hyper-competitive Ellison family, there's no prize for a bigger runner-up. If the Ellisons pull it off, they'll be in control of a media empire that is unprecedented reach and cultural influence. Here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen of both genders of the audience. Did Hollywood necessarily have a problem with any of the tech billionaires who agreed with them politically, who had political influence and controlled a lot of media? Did they have a problem with Jeff Bezos when he was running the Washington Post? No. The answer is no, they didn't. They absolutely didn't. But now they do, because their ideology won't be the one totally in control. So they're freaking out. It's the Wild Wild West, and these are the new cowboys, says producer John Peters, who ran Sony Pictures from 1989 to 1991. Peters says he has taken a $400 million plus take, roughly 4% in Paramount, since it began trading in the NASDAQ. Things have changed, Peters says. And now we're moving into the biggest revolution that you and I will ever see in our life, which is AI. Is that, Chris, is he back? Is that producer John Peters, the former hairdresser to Barbara Streisand, who became a movie producer and wanted to put a giant spider in a Superman movie? That John Peters? Giant spiders. That's him. That's him. Yes, he was Barbara Streisand's hairdresser. You could take it down now. So, because one producer is not going to run a 24/7 campaign against a president, and gone off the reservation, Hollywood is freaking out. They also are freaking out because they will be losing tons of jobs, and they have themselves to blame for that one. Now, will Ellison be this based MAGA hat wearing where he's going to just produce hit after hit? I don't know. As far Kurtzman's still employed at Paramount. And I, he's rich. He doesn't give it. Ellison's got enough money to fire him right fucking now. And what consequences would that have? His contract is supposed to run out this year, unless that was an error in reporting. But that's what I've heard from many outlets, that his contract runs out this year. I don't know when. There's still a couple months left, but it runs out. And then how does that affect DC? Who knows? DC's not off to, as we've said many times, not off to a great start. It's actually kind of a horrible start. So I think Ellison came out and said, we'll keep James Gunn and Peter Safran. And why not? But you would probably go, you need to bring in Batman and Wonder Woman right now and fuck all these stupid side projects. But I don't know if that'll help. I think a James Gunn Batman movie would be orders of magnitude worse than a Superman movie. Disaster Area for 1999 says, have you seen Prisoner of War? Seeing people get their asses kicked cheers me up. So it was a laugh. UK POW in a Japan war camp. It would make a good 007 who could actually fight, worth checking out. What Prisoner of War? Is that something? Hang on.
I've not heard of it.
I have not heard of it. Was it released in theaters? Back in September. Nope, haven't seen it, but I'll check it out. John Wayne for 20 says apparently all it took was 24 years for New Yorkers to forget, indoctrinate their children to become useful idiots, import millions of people who hate America, and then elect an Islamist cosplaying as a communist. I mean, it's the mayor of London all over again. It's Mayor London Breed all over again, and you will get the same results. I would say get the fuck out of New York. Get the hell out of New York. I think I saw somebody put up on Twitter, serious question. Why does everybody think socialism doesn't work? And it's like, fucking crap. It's very simple. I'll put it in the simplest terms for you. Socialism runs out of rich people. And once they run out of rich people, what they deem rich, then they apply the overtaxation to the middle class. And then they start applying it to everybody. Little trust fund kid on Twitter, I'm assuming, probably hasn't paid any taxes, and mommy and daddy takes care of it for you. Most people under a certain income don't pay any taxes, and they come back and, yes, they do. They pay sales tax. No, they don't pay an income tax. They don't pay an income tax. That gets paid by a lot of other people, and who are deemed rich, but it's generally middle class, working class. They get taxed to fucking hell. You run out of those people. And it's not some utopia where you can blog all day or knit for a living and get to choose your job. Once it goes into full communism, you are assigned. You don't own any property. They try to tell you, Marx tried to tell you that, oh, yes, you own property along with everybody else. It's the people's property, but you own it. But then the government facilitates it. The government chosen by the people that generally stays in office forever.
I'm back, Gary. I got some coffee.
Yeah, so socialism hasn't worked. And the only places where you could argue it's kind of worked aren't true socialism. If we want to go to the European countries, which are monarchies, and they have a lot of socialized stuff, the other thing they also have is a homogenous society. That's where it works. Where it starts not working is when that society gets less homogenous.
Well, elections have consequences, but
They
look
do.
at this. Share my screen. It's the Florida Realtor of the Year.
Yeah.
For 2026.
Yeah, move to Florida.
A lot of people have.
Move to Florida. We have a lot of friends in Florida.
There you go.
I thought about moving to Florida, and I'm like, most of the state is below sea level, technically. No, thanks. No, thank you. I mean, the one thing that's a bummer about Texas is it's fucking flat. I mean, there's some mountains to the west, but it's pretty flat. I'm used to, in SoCal, we had mountains everywhere. And, but I'll trade that. Give me a nice flat scenery. I'm in the hill country, so it's kind of nice, for no state income tax. Any day. God damn, the amount of money, Chris, we save just by moving is insane.
I don't even want to think about it. Do you want to see these Pixar movies that people made? These little
Chris, how about
trailers?
How about keeping 30% more of your income?
Yeah, I know. Like even or gas. Gas is
gas, food, taxes,
$4.55.
Property taxes
Insurance?
are up there, but I pay
Eggs.
property tax in California, so it doesn't really bother me that much, but property tax is bullshit. But yeah, it's like 30%. 30 fucking percent.
A lot.
Papa bought a brand new pair of shoes. Rockford Files like, I moved to Greece. Well, the dollar goes a long way, but not the best economy in the world right now. Didn't their economy almost like completely fall a few years ago? 2015, I think it was. Chris, what do you got? What are you going to show me?
Just watch this.
I know they were okay to set this up. I know they were doing before they did movies. They were doing a bunch of Pixar poster things that they had to rip from because so many people did it. But now Sora is doing Pixar. So what do we got here? Okay, so these are teasers for proposed Pixar movies. The joke is generally the title, but we'll just watch some of these. We'll pause or they're fun. They're fun. Yeah, Florida has no income tax, by the way. Move to Florida. Here we go. They're fun.
He's had one too many. But tonight, he's about to discover his real power. Disney Pixar presents Get a Bag.
This fall, Disney and Pixar proudly present.
Do you want to take me where?
To Paris. I'm gonna come too.
I don't know if I can handle you both.
Eiffel Towering.
Disney and Pixar present.
You reek of fish.
Oh yeah? You smell like a swamp with sneakers.
Keep your sludge away from me.
Gladly. When two fingers can't stand each other.
Two in the pink, one in the stick. In a city full of lights. One guy feels smaller than everyone else.
3 inches? Oh my gosh. Sorry!
But sometimes it takes the smallest courage.
Oh no, this can't be happening. Why are there tiny floating things in my room?
We need to help!
Leave me alone!
From Disney and Pixar, I just want to find where out comes a story about finding the place that feels like home.
You don't have to keep searching. Really? Yeah, you belong here.
I didn't ask to be a masseuse.
Oh shit.
Magic hands.
I just want my...
Moms, I like girls. No son of mine is going to be straight. I like girls. That's who I am. I don't want to sit on the drag queen's lap.
Somebody took me out. I need to know why.
So you're a ghost?
Guess that makes you my partner.
Partner in solving your own case?
That's the plan. You write it down. I'll follow the leads.
From Disney and Pixar.
In a city where color means life, a sickness begins to spread.
Oh shit.
Parade can't happen this year.
That was Castro
then
too.
We'll still march in our heart.
Oh my god. Go, you can't rewind. I was going to pause it for a second.
Disney and Pixar.
Okay. It's just they're all
Rewind to the AIDS one because that looked like it was right up the Castro.
Yeah, it's just
Rewind it a little bit.
They're all just dumb goofs. I can send you the link.
No, here, right there. So stop right there.
I follow the leads.
From Disney and Pixar.
In a city where
Right there. Yeah, that's fucking Castro, dude. That is straight up what it looks like. I mean, the hill's a little higher, but that is like sitting on Castro Street looking up, dude. I'm surprised there isn't a Sutro Tower on top there. That is fucking good. That is good. Okay, hit play.
color means life, a sickness begins to spread.
What if the parade can't happen this year?
Then we'll still march in our heart.
Guess we're really doing this, huh?
Looks like it, Donna. From Disney and Pixar.
We can't tell Mom and Dad.
Need a lift?
From Disney and Pixar comes the story of a man who's always there.
Everybody needs a neighbor, kid.
Mo Lester, helping out, coming this summer. This fall, Disney and Pixar proudly present
No, I'm stuck.
a story about overcoming adversity
Stepson, can you come help me?
and finding unusual connections.
Here, stepmom, let me try something. Amazing, Kate. Almost there.
I can't believe this is real.
I see it. With every new life comes a new story.
Hey, my kid. Hey, my kid.
I mean, this goes on for like 10 minutes.
Okay, that's good.
I mean,
one more. Let's do one more.
Okay, one more. Show
One
me
more.
on FNT. FNT would be good for this.
He's perfect. From the movie creator from Cost.
Everyone throws their wishes away.
But this fall,
Somebody has to bring them back.
pennies.
I've got you.
He went in after a penny? Only in theaters.
This is it. I can feel it. Our year.
You say that every season, Dad.
One of these times, I'm gonna be right.
From Disney and Pixar.
Every year is the year if you believe in it.
Every year is the year.
In a
Okay,
city
that's it. We're
where
good.
every girl is a pair of scissors. Two blades dare to dance.
Ready? Always.
From Disney's Pixar comes a story
Okay.
about cutting loose.
Oh my god.
It's again this guy. I put the
That is
link in the
fucking
private
awesome,
chat
dude.
if you want to like.
Yes, it's AI slop, but it's AI slop for good. Done for good.
It's like,
means well.
look, it's gonna get beyond slop. This is slop now. In a
okay,
year,
humans have been making slop. So,
yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
God, that was funny.
Well, dude, there's 10
Ain't my
more
kid.
minutes of that.
Ain't my kid.
Scissor City. Oh my God.
Why am I stopping it? You want to go more? Do you want chat? Do you want some more?
I can share. I mean, it's up to you. I'll put it back in.
I can pop the link in chat if you guys want to watch it.
Here's more. You want to go?
Yeah,
Everyone is
show
less than
more.
10 seconds. Okay, show
We
more.
can show a little more.
Here we go.
Let's go. The chat is demanding it.
Oh, sorry.
A story about a man who couldn't help to rub off on others.
You just get paint on me?
Bro, that's on my jersey. Jalen, my bad. Maybe it's time to accept who you really are.
If I'm ready.
Yo, is that hair dye? Receding.
5 nights at Diddy's.
Welcome to the mansion.
Oh no.
Stay glossy.
What's with the bottle, man?
Just keeps things smooth.
Do you hear that?
He's here.
First rule of the party, never let it dry.
From Disney and Pixar comes a story about what happens when two things meant to be apart.
Hi, I'm Roller.
Name's Grabba, and I think you're incredible. Decide to roll together.
It's back again.
Honey, it's late. Go to sleep.
We told you everything's fine. It doesn't sound fine.
Disney and Pixar present.
Y'all need this baby oil? He doesn't listen.
No. He keeps us waiting for hours.
And he calls me Tiny Arms every single day.
Oh, come on now. I'm just keeping things shiny.
This holiday season.
Mr. P's Toy Story!
In a world where sharing is everything.
This is the best hot chocolate ever. You have it all over your nose.
Maybe we end it there.
Yeah, let's end it there.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
But you
Oh
gotta,
my god.
Please show that on FNT. It'd be great to see everybody react.
Oh God.
And there's more of those. They are. It's crazy. That's a compilation, but they're all over the place now.
That is wonderful.
TikTok.
And
I'm not
Disney's going to be suing somebody. I don't know if they can, though.
It just shows you how dumb the Pixar concepts have become. Tired. It's anthropomorphizing everything. You know, a dildo. You know, just like it's just crazy.
A butt plug.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which was part of the plot of episode 1 of All's Fair. They took down the tech guy by finding out that he walks around with a giant butt plug in his ass.
Oh my God.
Did you miss that part? Were they,
No.
Dude. Yeah, for reals. For reals, that's the show. That's the show. Robert Hayes for $49.99. Thank you, Robert. Says, let me run something past you guys. I think Return of the Jedi should have been 2 movies. One movie revolves around Han Solo and Jabba and finding out about the Death Star. The second, all about Endor stuff and exploring how Han became a rebel general. I think they should have removed the Ewoks completely and gone with George's original idea of Wookiees. I also think that Harrison Ford should have cared more about his role and act, because his acting is shit. It is dog shit in that movie. And you could care. You could tell he just does not care.
Yeah.
It's bad. You know, we were talking earlier about Jennifer Lawrence. Did you guys, the older guys and gals will remember, Harrison Ford used to not give many interviews.
Yeah.
He used to not give many interviews. And the reason given was, I want you guys to not see me. I want you to see my character, which I always respected the hell out of. Now, as time goes has gone on, I'm sure it was his agent who made that story up and said, we shouldn't have, he's such a big star right now and he's such a buffoon that we shouldn't let anybody actually interview him. And even with some of his older interviews, he's very charming and stuff. But the problem is, like, we got away from that, right? People getting lost. Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't do a ton of interviews either. He wants you to see him in his roles. More actors need to do that. Be mysterious.
Yeah.
Be mysterious. And it makes it so much cooler. So much cooler. But Return of the Jedi, half a 10 out of 10 movie, half a 5 out of 10 movie.
Yeah, the last half of the movie, with the exception of the Luke Emperor throne room scene, is like a TV movie. It's bad.
Well, that's
but
why
it was. It's just, I remember being disappointed when I saw it, and I was in high school.
I
saw Return of the. I was like disappointed, like it wasn't the climax or that build up, that 3-year wait after the events of Empire. People don't know what it was like, and there wasn't like there was streaming or other things. Like, it was the 3-year long freaking wait to Return of the Jedi, to what was, to me, an unsatisfying ending. So
that's why it is not the greatest trilogy ever made.
That's true. And it just, a lot of it was George's, strife with his wife. Gary Kurtz fired.
Yeah.
And then he got a director who was a journeyman who just did what George said. George was best in his role as EP on Empire. That's the best movie because he directed a lot of the B-roll and like stuff like pilots in cockpits, and like boring shit. And he worked on that and the effects. While Kirshner went off and did the stuff that George isn't good at, which is scenes where people talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Kirshner was good at. And
Harrison Ford famously said, George, people don't talk like this.
Yeah, exactly. And, that was the best efforts, but Gary Kurtz went over budget and George, I don't know.
The rest is history.
I know too much. Yeah, the rest is
history.
It isn't the greatest trilogy.
No.
It's on the list of the greatest, not at the top.
I don't think it's even number 2.
Yeah, but maybe top 5.
I think it's top
5.
Top 3. Yeah. Top 4.
Okay, top 3, I'll give you that. But Lord of the Rings, really, for consistency's sake. But it was because one guy, one vision, one philosophy for the vision, right? Peter Jackson fulfill like Tolkien. He wasn't trying to like do his interpretation.
Yeah, and filming all back to back certainly helps.
Back to back. Yeah. Anyways.
Axel Foley for $5 Australian says, Chris may know more, but I think the cost of showing older movies is as much as when they first came out. Isn't as much as when they first came out either.
Right. Well, I mean, in some cases they have to, do a 4K restoration and they advertise that. But yeah, they're library titles. It's like, that's where the studios have value, is in their library. When you see a small indie company that gets acquired by like a big major, their goal is to acquire library, buy indie movies and get a library, become a Miramax or whatever.
Cold Brew for $10 says, hey, Gary, I thought about being a video editor. Do you think AI would ever replace video editors, or is that something that will always be needed? Can't wait to read your book. Meet up in New York City one day. No. Sorry, no. I'm not going to set foot in that city. Sorry. I think editing is something AI will be able to replace someday. Yes, but not anytime soon. And you're still going to have people prompt it. And I would never use it. I like the human feel, and I don't think the one thing AI is going to have a hard time with is that intuitive editing, which is something you need passion and a soul for. That's what it's going to have a really difficult time with. Intuitive editing that gets done at the last minute and not based on some algorithm like, well, we're supposed to edit on the motion here, so we do it, because sometimes you lag a little bit. It's like a drum machine versus a drummer. The drum machine is always, even when it's programmed, like it's still too perfect, right? And it doesn't sound right. That's why I've never been a fan of them. Cole Hauser, Ara, for 2 Canadian pesos, says, Chris Gore, my Riga, my homie. Praise Ara. Mexi Rage for $10. Shout out to Sydney Sweeney for having the best response to the Jeans drama. Just went from a 9 out of to a 10. Cast her as Black Cat, easy money. If they are smart, they were smart. Hollywood picked this fight. Yes, they did. D for $5. Do you guys know young male filmmakers are submitting short films to festivals with fake genderless names, not to be discriminated against as men? Did you know about this, Chris? Wouldn't be surprised.
That makes sense. It is part of why the Sundance Film Festival is far less significant than it used to be. It's not a factor, but yes, that's smart. That's smart. A gender neutral name and refuse to say, no, because festivals feel like they must have parity between male and female filmmakers. So they have to program, half the films have to be female, half are male. And what that ends up with, a lot of movies being programmed based on identity and not quality. Sorry to say. And then people think, well, women are just bad filmmakers. No, there are bad female filmmakers and male filmmakers, but don't choose one over the other based on identity. It's killed film festival. They are not significant now. Sundance is leaving Park City to go to Boulder, Colorado. And I can't think of a single movie that opened Sundance that even is in contention for Academy Awards. Maybe one, Train Dreams. But I think that
Never
in the
heard
end,
of it.
exactly, it's coming to Netflix. I saw it. It's actually quite interesting film, but
you used to know the film. That I'm sure there's plenty of interesting indie films that are come out that nobody's going to watch anymore because they've killed it. But you used to know the winners of the Sundance Film Festival. Remember those days?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You used to know this won at Sundance and then won the Oscar for Best Picture.
Matthew Hammond for $5. Did you see the announcement of Disney's Sleeping Beauty movie called Aurora? She is white while Prince Philip will be black.
Is that true? Let's look it up.
I've not seen anything about Prince Philip or if Aurora will be white. Just that
Sleeping
they
Beauty
announced it.
Aurora.
Sleeping Beauty, guess who's coming to dinner? Oh boy. Daniel Moore on the Streamlabs side for $1 says, hey Chris, just came online. Did you think of the con anymore? I'd love to help you out. If you need any slave labor, hit me up. All hail the chat, hail Nerdrotic, and of course, hail X-Ray Girl and Gary.
When and if we move forward with that, I will let you know. I've done the research. California, it would be hard to pull off in a profitable way in California. If it was kept small, like at the Pasadena Convention Center, which I looked into. It's $50,000 a day to rent the convention center in Pasadena. A day.
Yeah, that was my concern.
I am talking to a buddy of mine. We could maybe partner and do a test and see if people would love. All I know is the panels would be amazing.
They would. But it's not just the cost. It's the amount of planning and how much it would take away from your work and anybody else's involved.
Yeah.
That's why it's a full-time job for most people.
Right. It's a seasonal job. I'm not afraid of it so much because our award show is like a lot of planning and I know how to do that. So It's just I can only do so much. So, yeah. Still thinking about it, but I've done the research.
Big PD81 for 20 says, hail, late to the party. Saw the rat massacre from Witcher 4, and all I could do was laugh. You guys rock. Keep on trucking. It was hilarious. I loved it. I've watched it multiple times, to be honest with you. Multiple times. Axel Foley for $10 Australian says, Gary, unrelated, I sent you an email about my book. I can only assume Mrs. Nerdrotic hasn't gotten back to me for the answer yes or no. It's cool if that's the case. Mrs. Nerdrotic is traveling on some dire family business right now. So, yeah, I'll have to sift through my emails as best I can. And I'll probably get back probably after Egypt. I have a ton of stuff. So, I have 2 or 3 videos to make before I usually just do one a week. And there's a reason I do one a week because they take days. So, I'm going to have to like burn the midnight oil on this one. But I'll check with her when I talk to her later today. But yeah, she's got a lot of not fun stuff going on right now. Luca Purdy for $24.99 says the actor that plays Blue Beetle is going to play Ace in One Piece live action season 3, another race swap from Netflix. Spoilers, but looks are so important. Yeah, well, Netflix has a season 2 problem. We'll see if they now I'm dreading One Piece. I was looking forward to it, but it took too long. And they lost 2 showrunners. We will see. We will see. Cool Hand for $10 says, hail to the fellowship. I will be joining you all for the Japan trip. Great. Is there anything like a group chat for the trip?
Not yet.
Not yet, but there will be.
There usually is a Discord at some point. It's just a little closer to.
Yeah. They got to build it up. Trip is in May. There's still spots available.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting.
Ryan Kinnell's going. Garrett's going. You're going. Is Adam going?
Yes.
Adam's going. Michael Collins will be there. He's running the trip. Who knows who else will
Space is running out. From what I know, we're over half sold. So.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be quite a trip. So it's a megalithic trip. It's very ancient civilizations, forbidden frontier, but we're also at night. We're hitting the city, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
what about there's a Godzilla like zip line you can do? You zip line in his mouth.
I would do that.
I would just want to go do Godzilla shit. I don't care about anything else. I just want to do Godzilla.
Yeah,
shit.
We're gonna do megalithic stuff, and you'd want to do that. It is amazing. It is amazing. Predator in Pink says 4th drawer down for $1.99. Maybe. Hail the Fellowship. Oh, I read that one. Quantum Sledgehammer for $9.99. Not sure if you guys noticed, but the latest Y-Files episode has a Nerdrotic coffee mug visible on the bottom left of the screen. Hail AJ. Just thought it was kind of cool. AJ is a really cool cat and a great guy. Hail. Yeah, he wears like our shirts sometimes. Yeah, we love AJ. Thanks, brother. Do you guys have any thoughts about Welcome to Derry? 4th drawer down for $4.99. Chris?
I haven't seen the second episode. The first one intrigued. That ending has me concerned. The teaser for what's coming has me concerned. But I know there are 3 episodes up currently. So
yeah, I've only watched 1, and I'm with Chris. It was very easy to guess who would survive,
right?
Based on the casting. But what happened?
Oh, sorry, that was me. It wasn't refreshing for some reason.
Okay,
there you go.
There we go. Cake box for 100 Norwegian krona. Good evening, gents and lady. Currently recovering in the hospital after smelling toast at the ripe age of 32. Oh shit.
Jesus.
A stroke? Oh.
Glad you're recovering, though.
Yeah, glad you're recovering. Take care of yourself. Holy shit. Really quick, back to Welcome to Derry. It was fine. It didn't blow me away. And I didn't feel like the need to rush to the other 2 episodes, but I will eventually catch up. It wasn't terrible at all, but it was fine. Robert Hayes for $4.99. Concerning Predator's Badlands, make the pain stop. I'll find out tonight. Powdered Toast Man for $10. I recently watched MS-45 and was blown away. Such an awesome movie. Not a ton of YouTube breaking it down, and I was wondering if either of you have seen it. MS-45?
I haven't seen it. Is it Ms. 45?
Ms. 45. What is it?
It's like an old exploitation movie. Is that what he's talking about?
I'm guessing. Hang on.
Yeah, it's an old exploitation movie from 1981. Abel Ferrara.
Yeah, that's probably why a bunch of YouTube isn't breaking it down. It's old.
Yeah. From 81, Abel Ferrara.
A devastating depiction of sexual violence and female rage with a stunning central performance by Zoe Lund. It's from Arrow. Oh, so did Arrow just release something from it recently?
Yeah, probably like
That's probably
they do a
why.
lot of classic re-releases.
Yeah,
so
I got my
that's
Spawn 4K from Arrow.
sweet.
Yeah. Angst Kitten for $5. All's Fair is terrible, but somehow it's still not as boring as I find the latest season of The Witcher. I struggled to watch just 2 whole episodes. It's pretty boring, The Witcher. Matthew Faction for 10 Canadian pesos. I feel the same way about British Columbia, Canada. I dare you to try to find a more beautiful place in all of North America, but you can't. But just like the rest of the West Coast, it's too damn expensive. Yeah. There's a point where that gets, I grew up in California. I never thought I'd leave California until I left. And there's only so much I was willing to put up with for decent weather, accessibility to a lot of stuff, including some of the best national parks around, the desert, Death Valley, Yosemite, all these great things that I could visit from Texas. And let's be real, not everybody who was living in California had time to visit them. And then getting into Yosemite now is impossible. They get 1 million visitors a year. So good luck getting your reservation for Yosemite Valley. You usually have to do it a year, now 2 years in advance. It's not worth the hassle, man. Also, I was cured of the big city in San Francisco, paying for parking everywhere you go. The amount of tickets you get because of the way they systemize the parking. You have to go out every hour and refill it. It's just ridiculous. And those parking tickets, dude, $75, $100, $140.
Great revenue stream.
Yep.
For that bullshit.
Joey Mitch for $5 says, took my little girl yesterday to see Back to the Future at IMAX, and it was a great time. I bet.
Wow.
I wish I had the time to go see that. Matthias Beekler for $2. Just used introspection. It's not very effective. Wait, J-Law, what's this? J-Law.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence used introspection. It's not very effective. No, it isn't. Are we related? Matthias?
Maybe. Who knows?
Don't often see a Beekler show up. Anonymous on the Streamlabs side for $3. What's the controversial race swap in OP Season 2? Viva or Cobra? I don't really have a problem with it. Alabasta is a combo of Egypt, is a combination of Egypt and India. It's not nearly as stupid as Kobe. I'm upset they didn't get Chopper's anime voice actor, but instead got Cat Grant. Yeah, and we'll see how Chopper plays out in live action. That's the question. Paul S. for $4.99. After the shite elections yesterday, do you guys think that the Hollywood introspection will cease, or does supply and demand not disallow that luxury? So it shouldn't. I don't know. They might see it that way. We're talking about not even a midterm, a couple of elections, and one of them in New York City. And it's not like Cuomo would have been a better mayor. It's not like they had the best options in the world, but your only option now is to leave. because shit's about to get a whole lot more. I cannot wait to see them start the government-run grocery stores.
Oh, that'll be, I mean, he doesn't even have the power to implement all the things he promised.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. It's the city council. So I smell bullshit, but when all these things do not come to fruition, watch everyone turn on him. Watch.
Well, no, this is the trick. He'll say, I don't have enough power to make these changes to give you your free shit. You need to give me more power. That's how it fucking works.
And no matter how bad he fails, the media will protect him.
Absolutely.
He is their golden boy. He may run for governor. You'll see.
Oh, yeah. They've created a monster, and voting has consequences.
Yep.
It has consequences. I'm not going to get all upset about it because I don't live in New York. It's a city and that I've been to a couple of times, wasn't enthralled with in the first place. But I mean, I have a prejudice against big cities now because I lived in the mini New York, San Francisco, for 18 fucking years and never want to go back. I don't miss walking down the street and smelling fucking piss all the time.
Right.
I don't miss it. I don't miss paying for parking everywhere. I don't miss your basic errand. You have to, like, it's like planning a fucking a battle. You have to think about, like, where you're going to park, how long it's going to take. And it's just pure, like, just unnecessary stress. Right. And then everything's fucking expensive. Everything. And that's on top of the fentanyl zombies and possibly getting stabbed wherever you go. Jason Gonzalez for $5. What has Lawrence actually been in that made you say, wow, that was great? To me, she's a middle of a pack hack. She hasn't been in anything that you go, that is a great performance.
No.
Hunger Games. That's what she and the fappening. It's the only memorable. It's the only memorable thing. She was a terrible Mystique. I mean, I like some of the movies she was Mystique in, but compared to Rebecca Romaine Lettuce,
oh yeah,
come on. War Van Eagle TV for $4.99. Crash Davies gave the best advice on how to handle bullshit media interviews when prepping Nuke LaLoosh in Bull Durham. Bull Durham. I haven't thought about Bull Durham in a long time. Arg another name for $9.99. Interesting that people born in New York soundly reject Mondani. It was newcomers and 18 to 35-year-old women that voted for him. There you go. Repeal the 19th. Yamada for 100 yen says, for the New York City elections, I will blame Republicans. They were fighting like cats for months and have no idea of ground reality. At this rate, the left will come back. Republicans don't know how to win. Never have. Never have. Giggity for $2. I heard that Thing 2 is in production. Why? Is it? I have not heard that.
Well, the Thing 2. Well, they did make a Thing prequel. I don't know if you remember, Gary. Years ago.
I kind of remember.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton is in it, and that chick from Scott Pilgrim. It wasn't good. He told the story of the station that got destroyed.
Yeah. Okay, that was back in 2011.
It was not great. And they used tons of digital effects, even though I remember the thing about that. They had practical effects ready to go, and they did it all CGI, and it looked like shit. No surprise. Yeah, that movie sucks. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's been funny lately. He's been talking a lot of shit. Kickback Flipper for €2 says, Inspector Gadget would beat Batman. Changed my mind. No, he wouldn't, because with every Batman fight you have, how much time does he have to prepare? Jeremiah Hembry for $2 says, Godzilla movie? Yes. Goo is coming out soon, Chris. We're going to get Goo. Godzilla
Goo?
-0. Well, it looks like
Oh,
goo.
that's funny.
Looks like goo on the poster. Everybody was saying that, dude. Absolutely, everybody was like, "I want to see goo." But yeah, that's coming out next year. So
Yeah, next year. No date set, but the year. It's on the way.
Daniel Moore for $1 on the Streamlabs side says you could almost say her name is alluring to the looks of her actress. As far as all's fair. Yeah, Kim Kardashian looks like a dude. And talks like a gay, like a trans dude, but who's trans to a woman. You know what I mean. Matt Defer for €5 says, "Hey Gary, you could simply convert this year's costume to Hasselhoff. Just add a cheeseburger and a vax syringe. Yes, could ride the Hasselhoff." Golem Wolf for $5 says, "The best thing about Kim Kardashian is the Tony Hinchcliffe roast. Close your legs. You've got more public beef than Kendrick and Dre." Snacks for $2 says, "Does All's Fair have a trans former judge?"
No, but there's a trans sex worker in episode 3.
You mean a hooker, Chris?
Well, ex-sex worker. It's just
ex-hooker.
The show is the dialogue in that shows. I've never. I've had some vile conversations with male friends. We don't talk like the way these women talk.
Oh,
I mean, what's worse than swearing like a sailor?
Women are horrible. You kidding me? They talk.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you not watched the fucking Simpcast?
Yeah, that's true.
Tell me a Simpcast where they haven't talked about anal. Okay.
Yeah.
You won't find it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
War Van Eagle TV for $4.99. Kim must have gotten her JD from Saul Goodman's alma mater. Saul Goodman. Axel Foley for $5 Australian. Kim Kardashian's best role was in a movie for adults. Yeah, the reason the woman's famous is she actually ripped off her friend Paris Hilton and decided to accidentally leak a sex tape. Keke Palmer got some backlash from black people for a show she's backing called Southern Fried Rice. She released statements that might be worth a read. Oh, go check it out. Rated M for $4.99. Jason Gonzalez for $5. Every time you bring up Kim K, my mind goes back to Chrissy as Frosk saying that Kim didn't get ass implants to be easy on the eyes for you.
Classic Chrissy.
Kilgannon84 for $5 says, dudes on the internet need to stop all the dudes calling Kim gross. Have 100% gone home with way worse. Well, you got to separate the perception from the action in that case. That's all I got to say. John Wayne for $2. Netflix just needs to specialize in miniseries. Yes. Nordstrom for 300 RSD says, it really pissed me off how they killed off Vesemir. He died like a badass in Witcher 3, defending Ciri from the Wild Hunt. Yep, and he died like a bitch in Witcher Season 4. English Batchers for £2 proper money. Captain Marvel versus Attila. Which one stood up better? Be Attila. I don't know. That one I don't know. You got me. Captain Marvel. Well, no. Okay. Captain Marvel. So you're Marvel? Captain Marvel? Marvel Captain Marvel. English Batchers for £2. The West had strong culture that won the Cold War. But are losing it now because we're losing culture. Consensual collectivism is unsustainable, says Justin Asti for £2. You are correct. Gamer Gramps for $5. Warning, it's best to live in New York. It is best to live in New York than to move to Florida and lose everything you own in the next hurricane, says Gamer Gramps. They're kind of prepared, and it depends on where you go. But yes, that is a concern. That is a concern. But there are places in Florida that get hit by hurricanes harder than others. I would guess. Jeremy's lived there most of his life. I think he's been through a couple hurricanes, but I don't think he's lost everything. I think being near the water, storm surge might be kind of bad. White Rabbit Ann for 5 Canadian pesos. It's not victim mentality, it's vengeance mentality. Vengeance and envy. Don't let them use stolen valor. Marxist feminist lies. Lots of stolen valor. War Van Eagle TV for $4.99. Free AI slop busting on Disney is greater than hundreds of millions of dollars out of real Disney slop. 100%.
True.
Randy Parker for $2. Why not start another comic shop filming studio? Me? Because I am very happy as a YouTuber. Starting a comic shop would be fun, Chris.
But that'd be like Joe Rogan, who's got the mothership. Have he used to I've been to that studio that Rogan recorded at Ice House in Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
I went. Kevin Pereira had a podcast. I did a couple episodes of that, and it's like he had the comedy club, and then this back room, which was like storage, they turned into the recording studio. That was like where he first did shows, like very early, when no one knew what was happening. So you could do a comic shop where you sell your shit rather than a storage space, and do a studio, make it a studio where you have guests, but still do your home studio. I don't know. It's worth thinking about.
If I could buy the building and own it. Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you?
That would be the only way I'd open up a shop again. I would not rent. It would, oh God, the comic part would just be tough. It's a lot of work.
Just sell old shit.
Just sell old stuff.
Just sell old stuff. Make it like I don't know. You could do auctions on YouTube. I'll send you boxes of stuff from me to sell. I got a lot of crazy collectibles.
It might be a good retirement thing when I'm done with YouTube, but again, YouTube takes all my time, all of it. Yeah. But yeah, I've thought about it in the past. That was the original plan back in the day, was just do this until I opened, just do the podcast thing for fun as a hobby until I opened up another shop. But things changed. Things changed. But yeah, it's something we've thought about, and it would have to be buying the building, which is at least possible here. Completely impossible in California. 100% impossible.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's a building big enough to where I could rent out other spaces, but yeah, you never know. 2 Penny Puppet for $2 says, I just discovered Sisu 2 opens on November 21st. Yes.
Damn.
I'll be there.
We got some good stuff coming out. Landman season 2 premieres on the 16th. Chris, you have not seen season 1 of Landman.
Nope.
Dude, it's one of the best shows from last year. That and The Gentleman were the best shows from last year, by far. Landman is Taylor Sheridan's best show, and it's not even really close. And I did not expect to like it as much as I just watched it out of curiosity. You know what made me watch it? I read a Variety review. I think it was Variety or Hollywood Reporter that hated it. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this. And it mentioned pro-oil propaganda. Oh, I'm definitely going to watch this. And you think about the premise and you're like, it's just something that you didn't expect Hollywood to make, and only Taylor Sheridan could have made it. And it's about a guy who literally just puts out fires for an oil company in West Texas. And it's simply one of the best fucking shit. Billy Bob Thornton is so fucking good in it. But yeah, it's kind of it's a violent soap opera. It's a very violent soap opera with Mexican cartels and oil companies, and then some pretty based dialogue that a lot of you saw on Twitter. A lot of that, including breaking down how stupid the giant windmills are, and how much gas it takes to keep them going and to make them. English Batchers for £2 British. Miss 45 versus Black Narcissism for the best nun film.
What?
Oh, black, not narcissism. Black Narcissus.
Cissus.
Black Narcissus. I have never heard of Miss 45 till today.
Yeah, it's Abel Ferrara's movie, Ms. 45.
Ms. 45.
Yeah,
Alex for
yeah,
$5. A few weeks late, but I'm going to check it out. A few weeks late, but what do you think of the decision to truncate season 27 of South Park and going straight into season 28? I think they've got their final. Well, they already were massively rich, and I think they're just winding down now. I think they got their bag and they're winding down. I think South Park has jumped the shark. Manotha Music tributes for $2 Australian. Australia is the new California. Australia's always had a lot of similarities to California. I mean, minus all the animals that'll kill you. Eric K for $2. New York City just voted to become what London has become. Yep. Connor Burton training for $199. You think Halo CE remake is a good move? What do you think, X-Ray Girl?
I never played that, so I have no idea.
I don't know. Do you think it's a good move, Connor?
Master Cheeks. Wait,
Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks.
Just read Mad Love. Just read Mad Love comic by Paul Dini. Absolute peak. Fucking great comic book, Yamada. Great comic book. The best Harley Quinn comic book ever. I'd rather deal with a hurricane than commie dictatorship, says Big PD81. Yeah. Yeah, hurricanes end. Frex for $5 says, love the show. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Is that it, X-Ray Girl?
So far, yeah.
All right. We're good. Chris, what do you got coming up on Film Threat?
We got Hollywood on the Rocks with guest co-host the Angry Badger.
Angry Badger.
Appreciate him. Alan's taking care of some personal business, but
Yeah.
Alan will be on open bar with the drinker on Thursday.
Give Alan my best, will you?
I will, and I'll
we're thinking about him.
yeah, and I'll be back with Alan on Friday. Review of Predator Badlands, my early review.
Like
So-
full spoiler review?
No, not full spoiler, but I'll do that Friday because people will have seen it. So,
Yeah.
But today it's just general. So wait, does my camera, is it still janky?
Turn it on.
Is it janky now?
You look clear right now.
It's clear, but
I'm clear. I could have been on the whole time.
Yeah.
There you go.
You just gotta honestly, I forgot how to do it. You gotta delete your you can do it through Chrome, but like delete your cookies. That does affect the performance.
Gotcha.
Right, ladies? It affects the performance.
Well, there you go.
It does. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
Tonight, Poor Choices at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow, we're doing Forbidden Frontier at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, as long as everyone's still good with that. And then, yeah.
I think so.
FNT.
I think so. I've got a lot of this and that to do, but my wife's going to be mad. I got to bail out on physical therapy today. I'll do it tomorrow.
Your shoulder's doing really well, too.
It's doing great. I can almost, look at that.
Oh, damn. Almost up.
So just so you know, chat, I couldn't lift my left arm. Like that's as high as I could lift it. So I had frozen shoulder, some bullshit. And they gave me a cortisone shot. I've been doing some physical therapy and it feels great. I can sleep through the night. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, Alan, just keeping Alan in my prayers, man. And my wife, who's we've had a rough year as far as like family, her brother died earlier in the year. She's got a cousin who's got cancer right now, and I think we're it's not good. It's not good. So she had to fly out to Utah. Poor mama. thinking about her a lot. So prayers for Melissa's family, please. Please. But yeah, tonight I'm going to see Predator Badlands with my son and his friend. And I'm really interested to see if they'll like, because they have no connection to the Predator whatsoever, Chris.
I actually think they will like it. I'm predicting, I'm seeing it again tomorrow with my daughter, and she enjoyed Alien Romulus. She loves the Alien films, but they are kind of skewing this toward a certain audience. It's not the older fans, but younger, newer fans may find something to enjoy. So that's all I'm saying. I'm really curious when you do your, when you talk about it on FNT, you want to hear what your son and his friend think. Because I think they're the demographic they're aiming for.
I am too.
So
I am too. Well, I mean, like what I'm here. Listen, I don't care what anybody says about a movie. If I like it, I'll walk out and say, I like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like pretend I'm not human and I don't have bias, and I'm not going to walk in there going, you know, I love the first Predator, but to me, as much as I like Predator 2, Predator is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's never been a franchise. The only time it's ever worked for me as a franchise is in the Dark Horse comic books, which are fucking fantastic. And you can do, and they've expanded on the lore, but what Dark Horse did not fuck up was the Predator. Yeah. It did, like throughout all those comic books, it did not fuck up the Predator. Like at all. So a Predator with feelings is not anything I'm going for. Like in the least, I could care less. And like Marvel humor banter. But we'll see.
Yeah, it is Marvel humor banter. You're gonna get a lot of that. The movie, the audience I saw it with, they laughed a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to go to a Predator movie to laugh.
Well, I mean, this is what Ridley Scott did to the Alien franchise. This less is more. We don't need to know. You want to know why Doctor Who was such a success for so long? 50 plus years, we never knew the character's name. The Doctor is not the Doctor's name. It is another name for his Gallifreyan name. And they have left that into lore, like his name actually, if you find out his name, it can unlock like some deadly secret of the universe. Like they've put a lot of hints out like what it could be, but nothing really. So you don't know, you know little bits of over 50 years. You find out, well, I mean, like at the beginning, you find out he's his granddaughter. But then later you find out he had a wife, kids, you know, and we don't know what happened to him. Don't know their names, know nothing about him. And all we know is he ran from Gallifrey and and got into adventures. And he's basically a god who plays down to humanity to try not to, he meddles with them a lot, but it's like a humble god who occasionally remembers that he's a god and can turn into this nice, whimsical old man, even if he's in a young man's body, and then turn it on a dime and you can see like, oh, this guy's fucking dangerous. Like that's how,
yeah.
And that's because we never knew. And that way our imagination can fill that in. And that's something you never, John Milius told that to, when Spielberg was upset that the mechanical shark wasn't working. He's all, don't worry about it. Less is more. And it absolutely worked.
Yeah. More soups came in, didn't they? I saw that look on your face. Damn it. I will never leave.
Corn Pop. I love Corn Pop. He's having his own conversation in here and says, gummies get you way higher than inhaling.
Well, there you go.
I'll take your word for it. How high do gummies get you?
I thought it was because it was like a body high versus.
But they get you higher?
I think so.
I can't imagine that. Some of the pot I smoke got you fucking high.
Well, inhalation is quicker for sure than ingestion. So.
Oh. That's, you know what? I feel so much safer knowing that there's a bunch of motherfuckers popped up on gummies driving around cars.
Yeah.
Tell me how that's different from alcohol. Usual Nappersteck for $10 says, "Hey Gary, remember me? What do you think of Schindler's List? My favorite scene is the horrific shower fake out and the red jacket. The question is for all of you. Thank you and keep up the good work." What do I think of Schindler's List? I've seen it once.
Never watched it.
And it was years and years ago. I believe it came out when I didn't it come out when I was locked up? Chris, what do you think of Schindler's List?
It is, I don't know. Look, I love nudity in movies, and that's some of the worst nudity ever. But it's also the only time full frontal nudity was on network TV.
Oh.
I don't know if you knew that because they played it without commercial interruption, limited commercial interruption, and they played it unedited. So if you like,
oh wow,
I'm gonna be real
frontal
and sound super insane because I know it's one of Spielberg's greatest films. So I saw it on video. I was out when it came out, but I never saw it in theaters because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go see a movie about a bunch of Jews dying. I don't. It's like really not. Doesn't sound like fun. So I watched it later on home video, and like I appreciate it for its artwork and stuff, but it's yeah, I can't say I'm an expert on the movie. It's very sad, uplifting, but you know, and I know it's a very important film. I just skipped it back then. Well, I was like 24 when it came out. I just wanted to watch Quentin Tarantino movies and fucking violent indie movies. That's all I wanted. Does that sound bad?
nothing wrong with it.
Hollow Ninja 10 for $2 says Train to Busan 10 out of 10 movie. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes,
The sequel's
it
not
is.
that good. It's not good.
I've never seen it. Statue of Liberty will hold a Quran now, says Snacks for $2. It might. Well, I mean, whatever the Statue of Liberty, if it's perceived as a Bible, they will change it someday. But I can't run. I've been there. I've actually climbed up in it. Can you still do that? Can you still climb up in the Statue of Liberty?
No idea.
Chat, you would know. Oh my God, there's an edibles discussion now. Listen, if you like them, that's great. I just think that if they get you really high, that must mess with your perception a little bit and probably not make you the best driver. Would I be wrong in saying that, X-Ray Girl?
No, you shouldn't be driving on any influencing drugs like that.
I mean, you shouldn't be driving anyway, but double not driving anyway with edibles. Okay. And listen, I'm not just picking her out because she's Asian. I'm picking her out because she's a woman. Okay.
Oh no.
See, it's not racism, it's misogyny.
Sexism.
There's a difference. All right. Reminder to you all: if you are openly communist and work for or have an IP owned by Disney, the most capitalistic corporation on the planet, kindly shut your, and I'm going to add this, fucking pie hole. Cough, Alex Hirsch. Cough. Oh, hi, Gary. Alexander, the mayor of New York is a trust fund kid who I promise you has stock in Disney through some account that he's probably not even aware of. I don't. I have a little bit of a retirement thing. I hate stocks, and I specifically told my guy, no Disney stock at all, ever. I don't care how good it is. I don't care. You know what I have, Chris? I don't know if it still counts as Disney stock. I have Marvel stock certificates that were supposed to roll over into Disney stock, and I didn't sign any of the paperwork, so they're probably not worth the paper they're written on, or maybe they are worth. Is Marvel stock certificates worth money? I've got two.
friend of mine bought Marvel and did very well, but he bought it like in the before Iron Man. So
yeah, I had it back in the 90s when they first made it available, and then in the 2000s. And I probably could have made off, but I never followed through. And I just kept my certificates, and they're framed. Yamada, do Republicans forget that wokeism is a threat? A lot of them have. A lot of them did. Sorry, Chris. I have to talk about this for a moment.
What?
Early in this year, a lot of Republicans thought woke was over, thought it was done, thought it was defeated. And I heard a lot of this through my criticisms of movies like The Thunderbolts and Superman, to where some conservatives were like, you just hate everything. This isn't woke. And I'm like, that's not good enough. I don't give a shit if something's not woke. If it's not good, I don't care. But yes, I think there was a feeling generally that the battle was won, or the war was won. Not with you guys, right. But you have to admit some people really got arrogant and thought like, okay, things are going to get better now. Woke is dead. Our buddy Piers Morgan just wrote a book called Woke is Dead. It's like, it ain't dead. It is far from dead. This is a culture war where you won a battle and then you immediately started fucking losing it by infighting and all this other crazy shit, not keeping your eye on the fucking ball. So here's an example of not keeping your eye on the ball. Now, I don't think it, I think it was predetermined this guy was going to win New York City. So I don't know if you can blame Republicans for that. There's no, other than the people who left New York, there's no presence there. That's like blaming Republicans for the mayor of San Francisco. I think that's a bit of a stretch. But if you don't want to have a bloodbath in the midterms, you got to start realizing that it is not the politicians who are going to save you. It is you who is going to save you. You need to go and vote. You need to vote in these midterms, which a lot of Republicans and independents don't. So it's up to us. It's up to us. If we want to maintain balance and sanity in this country, right? Yamada says, hot take, NYK style, New York City style pizza is better than Italian. I don't know if I've had I haven't had a pizza in Italy, so I don't know. New York pizza is the best.
Thin crust all the way.
New York City pizza is the best. It's not even, close second though is Chicago. I like their casserole, basically what it is, but I fucking love it. It's good. And Detroit style, Chris, which is square, basically, it's pretty good too. As long as it has pineapple, I'm good. Doctor's name is Theet, according to mate of the doctor in Armageddon Factor Part 5. Sorry, not sorry to ruin it for you. That's not his name, though. That's not his name. My 3 favorite Venture Brothers episodes. I'd have to look up the names, but God, we don't have time. But okay, so we go. You can read one, X-Ray Girl, while I'm looking stuff up.
Sure. Gary, will you make VDO on demonization of the male gaze? This is from Yamada with a 40.
Maybe. So the second, no, this is considered the first episode. Dia de los Dangerous. It's fucking fantastic. And it's where Dr. Venture is going to teach a class in Tijuana and gets his kidneys taken. It's great. The one with Girl Hitler is fucking awesome. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I'm not great with the episode names, but that's something I'll think about. I could do a top 5 Venture Brothers episodes. My kids were just watching it the other day. Oh, my kid and his friends. Are we done?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Chris has to go.
I gotta go. I'll see ya. How do you end the show now? It's
Okay.
gone.
Are we saying bye? We're
We're saying
gonna end?
bye. We're good.